All righty, good morning. Welcome. Hey, get ready for a pretty day. Spring's on us, you'll think it anyway. Well, don't get too carried away. Winter's not done, so don't go out and plant your tomatoes yet. But we'll talk a little bit about that much more today. Got a great show ahead, folks. Got the files in the house. Yeah, file. They're not bastard files, though. That's not a bad word when we use it describing tools. Most people don't know what a bastard file is, do they, Eric?
That's right.
They don't.
You
But
think it's a
do.
bad word?
Well, it's not a bad word. If when you need one, that's what you need. You got to
right.
have one. Anyway, sharpen the axe with one. That's what you use a bastard file or your lawnmower blade, right? Pretty
Right.
close.
Yeah.
Many other things.
Or a good shop joke.
There you go. Yeah, there you go. Or we can talk about it like we're doing right now. I don't care. But anyway, we got Sarah and Eric in the house. Sarah's Home Theory and Eric is Beyond Home Services, and we're going to a husband and wife duo, very unique couple down here from up there, and we're going to find out where up there is on the show today. But looking forward to it. I want to talk a little bit about the weather, like I always do. It's the time of the year, March 1st. Where has the time gone? March 1st. It was just Christmas a few weeks back. You think, man, the older I get, the faster time goes. I was thinking this morning too, 2020. Everybody knows about 2020. It just shook the world up like crazy people. And it did. It shook it. They put you all in a big bag of crazy and shook it up. Everybody got crazier. And it's taken us this long to somewhat get uncrazy, but not really. I think it's kind of stuck with us because people crazy. Just I don't know what it is, or critical, upset, all been out of shape. Anyway, get over it. Let's get on with it. But the weather, it's March 1st. It's gonna next week. The forecast is gonna be, pretty nice, 60s, 70s. And people get kind of antsy, wanting to get out in the yard and do some farming, plow and It's not time. Don't rush it. I know you're in Charlotte. You think winter's not that bad here. And where y'all from?
Originally Wisconsin.
Originally.
Yeah.
How long have you been in Charlotte?
6, 7 years.
Yeah, going on 7 years.
So you're all from Wisconsin. So y'all know all about harsh winters.
Oh, absolutely.
So you both, what part of Wisconsin?
Green Bay region, within an hour of Green Bay. Go Packers.
All right. Green Bay, Wisconsin. Okay, out of all the states, what brought you to Charlotte?
So the weather. We're
weather.
tired. We're tired of shoveling snow.
What I tell you. See, the weather. And like you ask 90% of the people, why Charlotte? Oh, it's such a pretty climate. The weather's beautiful and all this stuff. Yeah, it is. But we do have, unfortunately, as we've discussed many times, we don't have the winters we once had. Is it warming up? Well, if we don't have the winters we once had, I believe that would be called warming up. Because when I was a kid, we'd have snows. It would snow for 2 weeks, off and on.
Yeah.
We'd have fronts come through. It was nice. Got out of school. I can remember many times growing up where we were out of school 3, 4, 5, 6 days. Now they close the schools with the weather forecast of snow. It's the craziest dang stuff I've ever seen. 2 weeks ago, wasn't it? We had a forecast with snow. Close schools. Now they say, well, we got to be safe. Of course you do. Anyway.
Safety is putting chains on the school buses and getting the kids to school, right?
Yeah. Y'all didn't do that up in Wisconsin, did you?
Not over a forecast.
No.
Not over a forecast.
Mm-mm.
What's the biggest snowfall have you ever seen?
Over 3 feet.
Yeah. I mean, up to your doorway, up to the top of the
Couldn't
door
get
frame.
out of the house.
Yeah.
There you go. Well, I've never seen that. Never want to either. No, I remember one time in the mountains. I love going to the mountains in the winter. North Carolina mountains are beautiful, and I've got to get back up there. And I'm so sorry for the people, and just pray for the people of Western North Carolina. And Jeremy Barker, you God, man, you're an angel. I just cut it off. It ain't just silence that sucker. But he's up there putting people in tiny homes and sheds and what have you, putting some heat around them, and Just spreading the love, doing a great job. Jeremy, keep up the good work. And all you other folks up there doing great things with the people. But anyway, back to the mountains of North Carolina. To me, I grew up in the mountains of North Carolina, and it's just always a great place to go. Went up there to a cabin up on up Spruce Pines. And it snowed, man, it was about 18 inches deep.
Wow.
And I shouldn't say this, but I don't mind. I was naked, man, that night. And I opened the door, and we had the fireplace just roaring with a fire. And we were a mile from the nearest people, a mile. And it was so hot. I mean, in the cabin, it was unreal. And went outside, and it was so beautiful. The moon was out. Isn't that the most pretty thing you could ever? I mean, almost sunsets are beautiful and sunrises and all that, but something about a moonlit, snowy night.
Yep.
And I played naked man and ran through the pasture and did snow angels.
Just explain something.
Yeah, that's fun. People say that's TMI. Yeah, but it's fun. And I was not inebriated, but it felt good. I was not inebriated. Everybody thinks, oh, he was drunk. Nope, wasn't. A little earlier might have been. No, I'm kidding. But anyway, I love snow. It's beautiful. We don't get to experience it much, but y'all grew up with it.
Yeah.
Now, so y'all both grew up in the same city?
No.
No, I was born in Upper Michigan, but I spent most of my childhood in Wisconsin, so I call that home.
Okay. I can understand that. And where are you from?
Yeah, right around Green Bay. So
Right around Green Bay.
I met Sarah right around Green Bay. And
Well, when
and that's
y'all
where
met, how old were y'all when you met? I'm just
how
curious.
old were we?
Yeah.
Oh man, 20, 19?
Yeah, Sarah was 19,
So y'all
20.
right out of high school, basically.
Yeah,
Yeah.
essentially.
I mean, I was in college, and Sarah was
I was finished.
pursuing a degree.
Yeah, I finished high school early, so I started college early.
All right. So you went to college up there.
I did.
What'd you go to college for?
So I have a bachelor's degree in organizational communication, and I also have a dental hygiene degree, and now an interior design degree. So
you've got an interior design degree?
Yeah, I have a certificate from a design school for.
You've got a certificate.
Yep.
Now, see, I know that a lot of people out there are going to get upset with me, but I hear what you're saying, certificate and all this mess, and that's an issue with me, because see, it's not the certificate that makes you good.
Oh no, not at all.
You could have done it without that.
I learned everything after school.
The only time you learn, the only time you've learned, we all learn the same way. And how?
Experience.
By doing.
Application.
Yep.
You never learn anything, and there's our problem.
Mm-hmm.
That's a big problem, that we're not teaching our kids how to apply intelligence to their life. Would you agree?
Absolutely.
Yeah, agreed. I went to a country high school that had a whole wing of tech ed.
Right.
Metals, woods.
Sure. But we don't have
drafting.
that.
Right.
The only thing we have in Charlotte right now consistently is drafting. Yeah. And little architecture class, design class, interior design class. And that's great. We just need to blow them up a lot. But here's the problem. And I'll hit on this. You know, I was thinking about, for example, you went to design school and got certified. Okay. Well, you know, I hear about all the trade schools needs now. We need trade schools. No, but you can't have a trade school without instructors. Can you?
No.
And you can't have instructors that have degrees in teaching.
Oh,
because teachers have no clue about industry or the trades. Now, some may, but few and far between. So how are we going to teach with no instructors? How? Tell me, folks. Industry? Yeah. How are you going to get new, fresh, motivated, anxious, passionate workers?
You give these kids experience.
How are we going to give them experience?
Right, you got to give them tools. You got to get them out in the workforce.
If they don't, like 90% of the kids I talk to, and here we go again, don't know how to read a tape measure.
Right.
Oh, I believe that.
Well, it's true. I'm out there checking it all the time. People say, why are you so nuts about that? Because everything you do in life has dimension to it, and you need to understand that. I built birdhouses with a group last Tuesday night.
Mm.
Group of kids, middle schoolers, about 11 of them, and the coaches and mentors in the group that are men, 6 of those, and they're all 45 and younger. So to me, they're kids too, because they don't know any more than the kids do.
That's a shame.
That is.
But that's the reality.
Yeah.
Okay, but back to the point. These trade schools, if you went to school, you had to be taught by a teacher, correct?
Yes.
Instructor, call them what you want.
Mhm.
But where do they come from? The industry typically, because you can't teach
Right.
unless we have a problem, and it runs deep. But you were raised up north where they had a vocational VOTEC, I
Yes.
call it. Now they call it CTE. You know what CTE stands for?
Mm-mm.
Enlighten me.
Why would you? I mean, it's careers in technical education,
Okay.
CTE. Why did they take VOTEC away? They made it a bad thing.
Yeah.
Anyway, but all right. So you got 3 degrees, but what are you doing?
So today I'm a
No, what are you
Oh.
doing in life? Yeah, today,
yeah,
currently.
today kitchen and bath
How
designer.
old are you now?
I'm 40.
How old are you, Eric?
42.
42. You're right where you're supposed to be on the age bracket. But okay, so you're 40.
Mhm.
When did you start? I mean, you got out of school when?
For this one,
No.
way back when, high school.
Yeah, you went to school. You got 3 degrees.
So
I did.
she's
I
You
never
did a
stopped
lot.
learning.
You did a
we never stop learning.
I never.
well.
I
No,
think
you
that's the-
never. We
that's the
never.
point.
No, we never stop learning.
Yeah.
We never
Mhm.
do. We never should. It's part of who we are as humans, right?
Yeah.
The more you learn, the happier you can be.
Absolutely.
But you learned. You went to a lot of school, and that's great.
Mhm.
But here you are doing what? What do you do?
Kitchen and bath design primarily. So I do renovation design for guys like this here on my left.
Do you draw the jobs?
Absolutely. 3D, 2D.
So you do it
Absolutely.
on CAD.
Yeah.
Yeah, she's
It's fantastic.
chief
Well,
architect.
I know it is. Y'all use Chief Architect?
Yes, I
That's
do.
what I used.
Yep. Chief
I did the
architect.
same thing for 40 years.
Yeah, I love it.
Yeah, I know.
And you know what? I didn't learn a whole lot of that in school. I learned it by doing it.
You could have done away with some of the education. Not that you should, but you could have, right? Looking back on it.
Probably.
See, my purpose is talk to people like you, and I've talked to hundreds
Mhm.
that have gone all this education because you were told that education's key to success, and you brainwashed into, well, I can't be anything in life unless I'm educated. But what in the heck constitutes an education? You just said it. You learn more out of school than you ever learned in
Oh.
school.
100%.
How about you, Eric? Where'd you go to school?
So I went to I learned, I was building homes before I got out of high school. So
You were playing with tools.
I was playing with tools. I was in the garage working
How'd
on
you
cars.
get there?
Right.
Father, parents, uncle,
So
sisters, brother,
my
what?
dad and my grandpa.
So they were. What'd your father do?
My dad was a millwright at a paper mill,
Awesome.
and he could fix anything.
Oh, he sure could. Millwrights can fix anything.
So
That's a dying profession.
He had a wood shop in his garage, and he worked on cars. He could take an engine out of a car and put it back in.
And what parts he couldn't find, he made them.
Right. We went to the junkyard and scrapped it off another car.
Oh, I know. I've known many millwrights and people who could fix. If you know how to work machine tools. I went to Bow Inside Stacy when I was a teenager. Now nobody knows what Bow Inside Stacy is. Big manufacturing facility down in Pineville. And way back, I mean, this is pre-graduating from high school. I worked for Reed Electric in summers of high school. So, I get to go through these plants, and the wiring in there was like, whoa, wow. I mean, it was a whoa. But the thing is, I would talk to these machinists, and wow, they were happy guys.
Yep.
Then I went to a company called, what was it? Lamanco out in Little Rock, Arkansas. They flew me out there when I was on WBT back in the early day and showed me that. They had a whole department. They made all their machinery.
Yeah.
They made all their dyes and everything right there in the plant that they made their products from.
Yeah.
and they had a whole machinist department. And I talked to those guys. They were in heaven.
Mhm.
They get to make stuff every day. They'd have a production meeting.
Play with tools every day.
Yeah, every day. So
Right.
you grew up with that.
Yeah. So after high school, I went and got a 4-year engineering degree
In
and
what?
mechanical engineering.
Okay.
So
Why?
I got to,
I'm
because
just curious.
I'm creative by nature and I like making things.
And you wanted to go to
I went
college and
to
get
a
a degree? Okay.
I went to a 4-year school that actually where we could get into a shop. So we had a machine shop and wood shop. We learned with by doing
Application.
and received a 4-year engineering degree to boot.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
What college did you go to?
I went University of Wisconsin Stoke.
Okay, cool.
Yep.
Awesome. That's super. So you got an engineering degree.
Yes, sir.
And then what?
So
Hold that thought. Total music, pushing the shot into a break. That's the way it goes.
you're gonna have to wait.
Gotta wait. At least 2-3 minutes. But you can. We'll come back. You listen to About Your House. 704-227-8986. You're listening to us on Fox Sports Charlotte. Download the free app. Stream us live. Facebook Live. YouTube Live. We are up and running, aren't we, there, Mr. Richton? Yep, we are. We're there. How y'all doing? Okay, good to be here. Every Saturday morning, 8 to 11, we bring something to the table. Next Saturday, if all goes well, Miss Dr. Cammie Benton, MD's in the house. Health is Wealth Day. We're going to talk about, we got a lot to talk about. That girl's been busy, and she's going to unload all the plethora of information she has at you. Good lady, Dr. Cammie Benton, Benton's Integrative Medicine, in studio next Saturday, right here on About Your House. Come back. We'll be here.
More about the show? Go to our Facebook page, About Your House Radio. We'll be right back after a word from our sponsor.
Carolina Foundation Solutions is a family-owned and operated company and a licensed general contractor in North and South Carolina, providing foundation solutions from the mountains to the sandy shores of the coast. At Carolina Foundation Solutions, our objective is to help educate, offer guidance, and provide assistance. With over 200 years of combined experience, our family of experts are ready to help protect and repair your largest investments. If you have a problem, we have a solution. Call 877-883-4626 or online, carolinafoundationsolutions.com.
Go outside and take a look at your home. Are the gutters doing their job? The number one enemy to your home is water. Most homes are built with small, inadequate gutters and small downspouts. ABS Insulating has a division of the company that does nothing but gutter services. All gutter services: cleaning, maintaining, repair, new downspouts, replacement, and new gutters with many types available. They're a leader when it comes to gutter protection. Call ABS Insulating today, 704-821-4343 or absinsulating.com.
Owens Chimney Systems is known for all professional chimney services since 1989, including chimney cleaning, recommended annually, chimney evaluations and inspections, any and all chimney repairs and restorations, gas fireplace and gas fire log service, furnace cleaning, cleaning out one of the most overlooked appliances in the home. Get it done right the first time. That's Owens Chimney Systems at 704-554-9595, or you can visit us online at owenschimneysystems.com.
Have a comment or question for the show? Call us 704-227-8986. That's 704-227-8986. Now, back to the show.
All right. Welcome back. Now, where were you?
So, received my engineering degree from a 4-year school, University of Wisconsin Stout in engineering, and spent some years of my life designing parts for paper machines.
So you were in the mechanical side, literally,
right.
because you're designing and laying out machines.
Developing patents for
That's awesome.
companies in Wisconsin.
Super. How
Yep.
long did you do that?
So that was 7 years right there as a mechanical engineer, and quickly moved into project management for companies like I own now. So I was a project manager, learning how to manage projects. My largest project I ever managed.
So when did you get into construction out of mechanical engineering?
So I've always done construction. I helped my dad build the childhood house at 8 years old, and we always did this on nights and weekends. It was out of necessity.
Oh, yeah, right. Well, life is like that. It's wonderful when you can fix your own stuff.
So just me being the creative person I am, liking to work with my hands and build things on my own, I really lost that sense. And there was a distance between me and my projects while I was running the budgets and the schedules and getting materials lined up to be installed. That wasn't tickling the creative side of me. And we were talking about 2020. That's really where everything pivoted for us and went into business.
So that was a big turning point, 2020.
Yep.
That's when we jumped in and did it. We bet on ourselves.
Did it full time.
Okay, y'all. See, how long you been in Charlotte?
Since 2018.
Yeah, 6-7 years.
Yeah.
And
Yep.
why you picked Charlotte just because of the weather? I mean, like
Well, and the market. There's a great market here for renovations. So
yeah,
you got to be a little smart career-wise. So this was a great market.
Yeah, we wanted our kids to have opportunity as well. So this area,
How many kids you got?
we have 3.
How old are they now?
17, 15, and 13.
Wow,
Mhm.
blooming ages.
Yeah.
Best ages.
Oh yeah, adolescent. Yeah. What are they going? What are your kids doing? I mean, what do you think?
So
I'm on boy, girl. What we got?
yeah, 2 boys and a girl. Our oldest son, he's dual enrolled. He's homeschooled. All 3 of our kids are homeschooled. But oldest is homeschooled, and he's doing part-time homeschool and part-time college. He's enrolled in Rowan County Cabarrus Technical College, going to school
Awesome.
for construction management.
Awesome. And how old is he?
He's 17.
He helps dad and mom.
And
Oh, he's employed by us. He's on our demo crew.
That's with me.
yep, he's
Yeah.
That's on
part-time
our demo crew. I like that.
Yeah.
part-time employed
They-
and helper.
You know, in construction, talk about demo.
Uh-huh.
There's an art to demo,
Yes.
and there's a method to the madness when you demo, and that's where TV sucks because it's so wrong, it's unreal.
There's a lot of planning that goes into demo.
Absolutely,
It's not just showing up with a sledgehammer.
Sledgehammer shouldn't be on the job.
Right.
Am I right or wrong?
You're 100%
There's
correct.
Very few times you need a sledgehammer, and
Right.
most of the time you're knocking out studs
Yes,
or a bathroom wall of tile
correct.
or a cast iron tub. You ever
They have to
Back
bust it up
for
to
it,
get it
yeah.
out. Yep.
yeah, well, you don't have to, but it by
It's
far,
easier.
by far makes it easier.
Right.
Some people, I want that tub. Well, okay, we'll clear it out for you. You come get it. Come on,
Bring the
It's-
strong
it's-
Bring 8
strong
men.
back
yeah,
too.
it's yours. Go ahead, take it out of here.
You and 8 of your best friends.
Yeah, right. You know, but anyway, but like we were talking demo.
Mhm.
You know, you homeowners out there, the DIYers, and you go on YouTube and everything. Oh my goodness, there's an art to demo, and when you learn to remodel, learn to be a great remodeler. Demoing can save you a lot of labor, a lot of time if you do it correctly,
Yes,
right?
that's 100% correct.
Yep.
Yep.
But I've watched them and said, "What are you doing?" And take nails out as you go. That's something else I told people. Why are all the nails taken out? Oh, we're gonna hammer them in. No, you're not. You're
No.
gonna take them out.
Yeah, it's
Why? Because then I go into teaching them why.
Mhm.
You know,
Yeah, demolition needs to be precise
I
because
agree.
we're coming. It's not a new build house. We're coming in, and we need to melt the new with the existing. So if you're tying in hardwood floors, if you're tying in sheetrock and drywall, you're tying in crown molding. You have to think about that down the road. You can't just hit that with a hammer. You got to make. We use. Thank God now we got oscillating tools. We
Oh,
can make
that's the
we
best
can
tool
make
in
nice
it.
fine lines. Yeah. In the sheetrock. It makes everybody's life easier, makes a cleaner work site, and it's a better product in the homeowner's mind. They see
Sure.
it doesn't look like a war zone.
Yes, that's correct. There's a method to demolition. And when you're finished, you have no nails in your studs. Everything's clean. The
Right.
lines are clean. They're cleaned up. There's no trash. No trash. And it's, that's the way it should be.
That's the way we do it.
Clean as you go.
So we set up dust curtains and we run dust scrubbers.
Oh, you do?
HEPA air scrubbers.
When you got out of mechanical, y'all moved to Charlotte in 2018. What happened in 2018 when you moved to Charlotte? Did y'all just say we're remodeling, or did Home Theory start then? See, we've got folks, if you're not listening, Sarah here is head of Home Theory. Home Theory is a business that you work kind of independently sometimes without him. Is that
Oh,
correct?
absolutely. Yeah.
Okay, then Eric, you're running a remodeling firm. What does Beyond Home Services, what's that do?
Beyond Home Services is a full service design remodel company.
Design, build, remodel.
We're a licensed
GC,
licensed general contractor, insured, and we bring.
Oh, you got insurance?
Absolutely, all of them.
Wow. Yeah. But wow. No, I say wow because insurance. Yeah. Anyway, but that's part of
to play
and
the
if
game.
you're looking to get in remodeling, let's tell people about this, because there's a lot of young people, more than I'm aware of, that are getting into remodeling. Good, bad, indifferent, call it what you want, But to that note, insurance can cost you a lot of money, but you have to have it. You have to. It's for many, many reasons. You're messing with. Explain it to them.
Yeah, there's all different types of insurance when you're running a legit remodeling company. There's general liability, workers' comp, auto, builder's risk, and then all the other, the perks you offer your employees,
Right.
health insurance. So it looks like a lot of money, going out, but it's really what's required to run a legit
It's
company.
the rules.
Yes.
It is. And
that's the biggie right there. It's the rules.
And it's for the protection of the homeowner for us to carry these things.
Oh, I know about all the protection, okay? And I know about, if and if and if and if. I'd hate the ifs of life. But anyway, they exist. That's the reality. And insurance is a part of your overhead, and it's something you must have.
It's a necessity.
And that's why I don't want to be in business anymore. I don't.
Costs a fortune.
Although I am in business to do what I do, but I'm not going to create a business to do what I do. I would rather do it and just do it. Am I covered? Yeah. My way. I'm just not going to go out and spend the bank on a bunch of insurance. I've been in business 55 years. I've made one claim.
Wow.
And I've forked out a lot of money through the years for insurance. I had one claim. And I wouldn't have had the one claim if I didn't have an employee. Call it what you want. Anyway, but you've been in remodeling in Charlotte. Did you pick the name of your company in Charlotte?
Yeah, we incorporated here in Charlotte, in the state of North Carolina.
Gotcha. So you came down from Wisconsin.
Yep.
Started up in Charlotte.
Right.
What part of town y'all live in?
So we're up kind of near Kannapolis, Concord area, right on the border of Concord.
Can I talk about what you said earlier? You live on a homestead?
Yeah, we have a homestead up in Rowan County.
You want to please embellish that a little bit and tell me a little bit more about it. What's a homestead?
So homestead is kind of a broad term. You're going to see it as a buzzword all over the place. But,
I've already heard it, but I want to talk about it.
So our homestead in particular, we created it kind of for the kids, kind of for us. We wanted to teach the kids some responsibility. So we have ducks, chickens. Eric's a hobby beekeeper.
Oh, you got bees?
Yeah.
Lots of gardens. We
Yep.
planted an orchard. I mean, we're all in. We're all
Yeah, you're
in.
grounded.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, big time. That's awesome. You got bees.
We have bees.
You got honey?
Yeah,
Not yet.
not yet.
We're
Yeah,
trying.
it
So the
takes a
first
little
year?
bit.
We're
How
a
long you
couple
been in
years
it?
in, but
We're 3 years in.
Oh, really? Cool. How many
And
hives?
I have one.
You got one?
Yep.
Okay. I've known a lot of people in bees over the years.
these are fussy.
It's
Oh, they
tough.
can be
They're
very
fussy.
fussy.
They're
Yeah.
not sharing their honey.
Well, you'll learn. You'll learn because I've had this conversation with other beekeepers, and I've known quite a few. Matter of fact, I had the Bee Society or whatever they're called
Mhm.
in doing a show. And as a matter of fact, I need to do another one because bees frighten people,
Mhm.
and you need to know about bees. Bees don't have to frighten you.
No.
They're not aggressive. Really, they're not. They're very loving, actually. But anything that stings you kind of frightens you.
Mhm.
Stings don't feel good, and I can get it. It hurts.
They're calm if you're calm.
I know.
Yeah.
They read they just like animals.
Yeah.
Animals know what's up. They know if you're upset. They know, but people are the problem.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
So you raise chickens. You got some eggs.
We have eggs. We have ducks. You've ever had duck eggs?
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah. Ducks, duck eggs. We're just kind of doing our own thing.
So how much
living off
land
the
you got?
Couple acres. I mean, you don't
Well,
have
that's
to
all
have.
you need.
Yeah,
I mean,
you don't
but
need a
2
lot.
acres
Yeah,
is a lot.
2 acres is plenty. You could do a homestead on an acre.
So homesteading to you is being grounded, resourceful,
Self-reliant,
self-reliant,
getting your
getting
fingers
off
dirty,
the grid, basically.
getting those
In-
feet
in
on the
that-
ground.
Right.
You
Absolutely.
get to see the full. You get to have full appreciation of
Life.
going to the grocery store and grabbing a thing of chicken.
Right,
It's
absolutely.
chicken thighs, right?
Eric
If you
raises
don't
meat
know
chickens.
what that takes,
that?
He raises meat chickens.
so we raise meat
Butchers them and
chickens as
everything.
well.
That's great.
So and I've done that for years.
That's
And
awesome.
there's just a greater appreciation for the food, to know where it came from. I think that's the thing that I'm also and I can see your passion. It just these kids they grow up not knowing how the food is made.
We got parents out here that are dumb as dirt when it comes to food. Sorry.
No, you're not wrong.
I know I'm not. All you got to do is pay attention.
So, that's eventually where we want to take it is being able to have kids out to the homestead and seeing how chickens are raised, where eggs come from.
Right.
Now
that's the
some people
part-
think that chickens don't lay eggs without a rooster.
Right.
So there's teaching, there's a learning moment there.
Oh, we need to connect with nature. Matter of
Absolutely.
fact, it's one of the most healing, therapeutic things we can do as human beings is connect with nature. I'm a tree hugger from way back, and that's a whole concept that we need to teach our kids as well. Our kids now I call them concrete kids.
Mhm.
They don't get out. They don't mingle with nature. They're not They have no connectivity or grounding to realities of God and nature. Now, that's not religious. That's just the way things are,
Mhm.
And you're in the middle of it. That's awesome.
Yeah, I love it. And the other thing is, not only is it healthier because it's right off your land, but we were at the grocery store. We paid $1 for a green pepper. I can grow a whole summer of green peppers for $1.
One
So,
package of seeds, right?
So you're farming. You got a garden.
Yeah, lots of gardens. Not a garden, many gardens.
So you're doing the whole 9 yards. You don't go to the store like most people. Not as much.
Not
You
nearly as much. No, we grow, dehydrate, freeze,
can,
yeah, all of it.
and your kids help.
They
Yeah,
have to help.
that's a
This is
requirement.
this is
I
a
like
team
that.
environment. This
I
is
like
team
that.
file.
That's a
You ain't got a
requirement.
choice. You
Yeah.
eat, you work. That's awesome.
Yeah.
No, I agree. It's awesome. When do you work? Have time to work. I mean, look, a house and everything you're talking about, it's a lot. That's a
Yeah.
lot of responsibility,
Mhm.
but you're doing it. And I applaud you.
Thank you.
I honor that.
I appreciate it.
And you're healthier for it. Your kids are healthier for it and well-rounded for it.
Right.
All right. You got an 18-year-old that's going to get in your business.
Yep.
You're going to follow. And what about the other two?
We have one that's into computers and coding and can hack every parental control that we ever
Yeah.
try to give him. And our daughter,
So he's a tech guy.
oh, he's a tech guy through and through.
Yeah, he can
That's
program.
awesome.
He's far beyond me.
And that's another trade that I'm looking at, because I didn't grow up in this technology world we live in,
Mm-hmm.
and I'm seeing these like digital creator. That's a career pathway now.
Mhm.
Digital creators, and then you got professional gamers making big bucks gaming, which blows my mind, but it's a reality, And I hear kids now, "What are you going to do when you grow up?" "I'm going to be a gamer."
Hmm.
Now it's no different from being an NFL player or a MLB or an
Mhm.
NBA player, because you hear that a lot too. So the technology side of things, like we're creating a podcast studio up at the Toolbox.
Okay.
Toolbox is going to be an interactive workspace for kids and young adults, older adults. I don't care. We're going to teach everything, or connect. We're not going to have a curriculum, and we're not going to be a teaching school. We're going to be an idea innovator. You know what I mean? Like,
That's cool.
if kids, we did a summer camp. They come in there, we're going to teach them a little bit about electrical. We're going to tickle them about plumbing, welding, cooking,
Mhm.
nutrition. Just dabble in it. Because see, when you're around kid, correct me if I'm wrong, once you touch something that turns a light on, you can see it.
Oh,
Yeah.
absolutely.
Yeah, that's what we're not trying to tell our kids what to do with their life. We want them to discover that for themselves.
We're just giving them the opportunity.
Right.
And listen to them, right?
Oh, yeah.
Like, all right, what's your younger one doing? You got a techie? What's the young one into?
So our younger is a daughter.
The
and
youngest, the baby's a daughter?
The baby's a daughter.
Okay.
And you know what? She is actually self-employed at 13, which it seems a little weird, but
No, it doesn't.
she runs a full-scale allergy-free baking business, and she is phenomenal. She's trained with chefs over in France virtually
And 13 years old.
at 13 years
And
old.
so cooking is her thing.
Baking.
Well, cooking,
Yeah.
baking.
Yeah. And she makes the most phenomenal allergy-free foods. You would never guess that there's
No
Where's she
dairy.
getting the
No.
flour?
well, we order it.
Well, I know,
Special-
because
it's-
you're not going to get good.
No, you're not going to get good stuff here.
For years, you've heard me talk about glyphosate, which is Roundup.
Mhm.
Oh, it's everywhere.
Every bit of the cereal you get on the cereal aisle, every bit of the flour that's on the flour aisle, every bit of the flour goods that are in all the stuff in that grocery store are loaded with glyphosate.
Hmm.
So you go buy flour now and you go buy a loaf of bread, it's got glyphosate in it. And you say, well, what do? You pay attention.
Hmm.
But your daughter being a baker. I had this conversation with Libretto's Pizzeria, which is now a sponsor, the show.
Yeah.
Pizzeria, Italian food, bread, all of restaurant, finding good flour is not an easy task these days. You have to order it.
Yeah.
Where you order it from, if I might ask? Or do you?
Well, it depends on the flour, but you can get them from overseas, lots of times from Europe,
Right.
flying it in from Europe. You can also go to small mills in the Amish or Mennonite communities. They're growing clean food.
Well, I know it exists. That's why I ask you, wonder where it comes
Yeah,
from.
depends what you're looking for.
Right. And you can get all of these agents cooking, things. They're local, but you have to do your research.
You got to find them.
So your daughter 13 and she's a baker.
Oh, she's a successful baker. Yeah,
Well,
she's nailing it.
Well, I say she is one. She's not trying. She's doing it.
She's homeschooled too, so she's got some hours on her hands, and this is what
How
she
do you
does.
homeschool and do all y'all do? My goodness, it's really y'all leave it in the kids' hands pretty much, I think.
Well, we give them wings, right? Because the part of parenting is to grow them to be able to be responsible for their own
Independent,
being.
yeah.
Be able to be responsible for their education.
Say
Empowered.
since 2000, 2001, since COVID, when a lot of things went online, a lot of the online school curriculums have really gotten a lot better and given tools to parents to monitor their kids. It's not like we have to sit over their shoulder, for the entire time that they're doing school. There's reports that get sent to us, and then our kids come out and ask questions when we're home.
Yeah, about half of their curriculum's online and half of it's paper and pencil.
Yep.
So, in fact, we should talk about their science curriculum because it's a homeschooling curriculum.
I'd love to. Wait, let's do that when we come back.
All right.
I appreciate this. I really wanted to get into homeschooling because homeschooling has exploded. Wonder why? Maybe because our schools suck. But we'll be back and talk about homeschooling. I'm sorry.
You might get me riled up on that.
Let's do it, baby. Let's get riled up. The point is, our kids aren't creative.
Mm-mm.
See, I hear you're giving your kids the freedom to be creative, be resourceful, be critical thinkers, and you've empowered them by giving the vehicles to do that.
Yeah.
And we need to do that, but you can't get that in public schools, unfortunately. I wish you could. Kids need to be creative.
They took the resources away.
Yeah, they're gone.
Yeah, it's gone.
And then they wonder why critical thinking doesn't exist. You can't critical think without creativity. Can you?
Amen.
No,
I don't think you can.
you can't.
How are we going to change it? How? I ask this every week to people.
Starts
like
in your own
yourself.
home.
You bet it does. Mom and dads, functional families. What the heck is going wrong? I don't know. But we're going to take a break. We're going to come back. We're talking to Eric and Sarah Fiel, Beyond Home Services and Home Theory, 2 different businesses. We'll learn more. Come back.
About the show, go to our Facebook page, About Your House Radio. We'll be right back after a word from our sponsor.
John DeLand here for Crowntown Cannabis. We at Crowntown Cannabis care about you and your health. All of our products, from edibles to topical creams, are all third-party tested for purity and quality. 4 locations, open 7 days a week to help you with any concerns you may have. Monday through Saturday, 10 a.m. to 7 p.m. Sundays, 11 a.m. to 6 p.m. You can call us at 704-412-7121 or online at crowntowncannabis.com.
The professionals at Kilo Exterminating Company have over 70 years of experience in pest control. Throughout the years, they always pride themselves on maintaining the highest standard of quality and customer service, with every technician being state certified. And moisture readings are standard with every inspection. Their top priority is ensuring your home is free from pests such as ants, mosquitoes, termites, and any other pests wreaking havoc on your home. That's Kilo Exterminating at 704-333-9855 or online, kilo.biz. That's 704-333-9855.
Hi, Roddy Player here with Queen City Audio, Video, and Appliances. Do you ever wonder how a local, family-owned business can compete with the big box national chain stores? It's simple. As part of North America's largest buying group, we have over $15 billion in buying power. We buy products at great prices from more manufacturers than any chain store, period, and we pass those savings on to you. So buy local and save more at Queen City, where you'll always find the right product, right price, and real answers guaranteed.
Hi, I'm Sam Attero of AteroMedia.com, and I love empowering my clients and partners to make the most out of today's latest digital media tools. We specialize in building production systems and podcast studios for small to mid-sized churches and local businesses here in Charlotte. Do you need new media production gear? Do you need help learning how to use it? You're in great hands with our family business, Attero Media of Charlotte. That's ETTARO Media.com.
Libretto's Pizzeria was established in 2004 in New York City. It's located in Charlotte on John J. Delaney Drive in the Ballantyne area. Serving up authentic New York pizzas, a full Italian menu. Come in casual, hang out, and relax. We offer dine-in, takeout. You can order delivery. We could also cater your special event. Libretto's has got you covered. I am Mike Libretto. We are also the home of Spinello's famous infused take and bake pizzas. Visit us online at librettospizzeria.com and spinellospizza.com or call us at 704-714-1442.
Have a comment or question for the show? Call us 704-227-8986. That's 704-227-8986. Now, back to the show.
All right, welcome back to About Your House right here on Fox Sports Charlotte. We have Sarah and you're Eric Fiel in house today. Beyond Home Services and Home Theory. And we were talking about your homeschool and the science curriculum.
We were, yeah. So we implemented a science curriculum that was really hands-on. So there's a lot of ways to approach homeschool, but one of the ways we approach it is, letting the kids have freedom in their education. They get to have a say, because if they love it, they're going to do it, and they're going to do it with passion. So one of the things that they chose this year was a homesteading science curriculum. And that's just been really instrumental for our family, because it teaches, the life cycle of plants, of animals. They're getting their hands dirty. They're learning how to do knots and all life skills, survival skills, things that the kids just
Boy
don't have.
Scouts and Girl Scout stuff.
Right.
And that's great stuff.
Yeah. As they're schooling.
That's life skills.
Yeah.
And we need to put that in our education system. And I bet they can read a tape measure.
Yes, they can absolutely read a tape
You
measure.
you laugh. But I'm telling you, we got a serious issue. We got college graduates coming out of college can't read tape measures. I don't understand that.
I don't either.
I don't. And everybody says, why you go off crazy on that? Do I have to tell you? I mean, we've reached that point.
Yeah.
And they can't read a clock. Anyway, beyond that.
Well, they don't write cursive anymore either.
No.
So.
They don't.
I mean, my kids do, but a lot of kids don't.
I understand, But anyway, we don't want to get into all that. Well, we do, but we're not going to, because I'll go absolutely nuts. And our kids are suffering. It bothers me. I mean, tremendously, because of the lack of creativity. Man, your kids are creative.
Oh, absolutely.
But they've got a clean canvas all around them. They can go out and play and learn. And
they also know how to do hard work. They clean chicken pens and duck pens and scoop hay, and they're out there.
Scoopers.
Yeah. You teach them from a young age, and it's just normal.
What's the largest livestock y'all got?
Right now, just ducks. I'm an advocate for a sheep or a goat or something.
I was going to say no goat yet. I was going to get you a lawnmower, man.
Yeah.
A goat.
We'll see. We got a little bit on our plate right now, Ray.
Hey, what's another goat? I mean, another animal.
Yeah, I mean, I would deer hunt for that meat. So
have you been deer hunting?
Yeah, I grew up deer hunting.
Oh, really? You can dress?
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
I taught my kids to do it.
Really?
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Yeah.
So your kids know how to dress out a deer?
Yes.
Absolutely.
That's the best, nutritious, that's great.
So that's where we would
great protein.
That's where we get our meat from.
Yeah.
Is throughout when we lived in Wisconsin. Is
deer hunt.
Sure. We wouldn't get beef from the store. We would shoot it every year.
Absolutely. That's awesome. You what was I going to say? You cook.
I do. Eric actually does most of the cooking.
I was going to him next.
Yeah, I do most of the cooking.
He does most of the
I
cooking.
knew it. That's why I started with you. I was going to say, Eric, I know cooks.
Yeah,
I
I'll
already
cook.
know he cooks. Because, see, if you go out and you're a hunter and you hunt, you're going to know how to cook, typically. How many guys you ever hunted with didn't know how to cook?
But we always had. I mean, that was the best food. It was hunting. Was hunting camp.
The point.
Yep.
That's the point. That's real living there, man. So but you went out and killed the deer and dressed it and taught your kids how to do it. So y'all are still eating deer meat?
Taught my kids to. I mean, at the end of my hunting life in Wisconsin, I let my oldest take it over, and I would go out hunting with him, and he would learn to hunt.
Sure.
And he shot deer.
Right.
And he was.
I just sat there with him.
What y'all fire? What rifle did you use?
Yeah, 243.
Gotcha.
Yeah, I had a 30-06.
Right. That's awesome.
Yeah.
That's super.
Bow and gun hunting.
I learned bow
hunting?
hunting. I started bow hunting at 10.
That's great. So you've went hunting and killed a deer with bow?
Many times.
Okay, that's great.
Yeah.
Andrew Cole comes in here. He's the Song Dog wildlife guy.
Yep.
And he's like an animal himself. He really is. He can talk to you. He can talk to you in 3 or 4 animal dialects, but
That's funny.
But anyway, he made a post on Facebook last year and had this big old buck, and he's sitting there, but he never covered what he killed it with. He did it with he never goes with a gun. Never has. He just strictly bow hunter.
Yeah.
And
Yeah,
that's not easy.
It's a different experience for sure.
Truly, he said,
Yeah.
you track this deer. He went out to Colorado and all these places, to hunt.
Yep.
He said, and you
It's
got
more-
one shot. That one shot's got to count.
It's a lot more,
Yeah.
personal. You're talking within 20 yards,
Right. Right.
rather than 200 with a gun.
Right. One of my constituents around Put Tools in Schools, actually Men of Destiny, he just said the homestead would be a great field trip for kids.
Yeah,
Yeah,
that's
that's the
the
goal.
goal.
Well, there's a lot of that going on around, and and that's good to hear too, because these kids need to be exposed more and more to those type of
It's
things.
even adults, Terry, Ray, it's
Fine.
it's adults find, because we have a large social media presence on Facebook and Instagram
Right.
with actually our homestead. Sarah runs the social media for our homestead, and mostly adults there,
Right.
and it's a something adults want to learn because they're so far removed.
Oh, we'll talk about that in a minute, but I want to go ahead and put Brian on the phone and do what he's. Good morning, sir. Brian, you with me?
Yes. How are you doing, Ray?
I am great. I appreciate you calling in this morning. You got something you want to share with us about an event coming up around women, and I'm going to talk about WIC Week coming into the next hour as well. But tell us what you got going on.
Well, we decided to try to bring an event from Virginia down to North Carolina. And now I'm with SNN, and I'm the marketing director for SNN. And
Now,
we
wait,
had seen
wait, Brian. What's SNN? I read
SNN.
SNN.
We are a fiber company that installs overhead underground fiber,
Okay.
underground electric, and overhead electric and locating.
Infrastructure. Got it. So
Yeah.
SNN's an infrastructure company. They build
Yes,
everything it takes to live in an area, everything overhead,
That's it.
underground, and around, hooking you up to all that is. So keep talking now.
And we actually saw this program taking place in Virginia. The Virginia, Maryland, Delaware Association of Electric Co-ops was putting on a program to get juniors and seniors, females, interested in the utility industry. And they've been doing this for about 4 years. And this year, we happened to see how big it had gotten there in Virginia, and had the idea of trying to bring it down to the North Carolina area. And in doing so, over the years, I've been able to network with quite a few colleges with a job that I had in the past with NC811. And I saw a great opportunity to be able to talk to Caldwell Community College and Technical Institute. We sat down and talked about this program, and being able to get the interest of these young ladies to be part of this. And we actually put together a program, and on Thursday, March the 13th, at Caldwell Community Campus there in Hudson, North Carolina, we're going to have the first annual Girl Power event. We have about 85 registration slots available. We're already at 74.
That's awesome.
And it really is, because usually you start off small, and my idea was we'll try to have 20 young ladies that would be interested in the utility industry. So that could be with substation work, line worker, putting in underground overhead, whether it's fiber, electric, and locating. And then it just kept growing and growing. And next thing we know, we had to put a limit at 85. And we're really excited. We've had a lot of great companies jump on board, with Blue Ridge Energy and Duke Energy coming on board to be able to help us put together this program. But we've also been able to put together 3 scholarships that will be available for the young ladies that come to this event that would be interested in joining the electrical utility business there at Caldwell Community College. And those that are sponsoring the scholarships are Energy United, which is a co-op within North Carolina, New River Light and Power, which is up there in the Boone area, and then also North Carolina 811.
Awesome. Awesome.
So we're really looking forward to a great event, and it just seems like, Ray, the more we get the word out, the more interest that there is. Number one, you try to get 4 or 5 sponsors, but it just seems like word of mouth kept growing. And we've got events with drones. You know, drones the big thing now.
Oh yeah.
Everybody's
Oh
wanting
yeah.
to be a pilot.
Yeah, we're going to have
And
drone competition up in the toolbox, that learning center we got. A cyber guy came in there and said, "Oh, we need to do drone racing." So that's big. You're
hey,
right.
isn't it amazing? I mean, you take something like that, and what drones are being used for
Oh,
nowadays.
it's incredible.
You know, looking over right of ways, being able to look over storm damage during a major storm. I mean, the power companies and gas companies and many of the utilities within the industry are using drones to be able to look over work before sending people out. And just, you know, it's just a good way to be able to do things and be able to record. And I tell you, we're going to end up having a drone company there,
Well,
and they're going to actually let the young ladies be able to fly some of the drones.
all right, hold that thought. I'm going to put you on hold. We're going to take a top of the hour break. We're going to come back and we'll review it one more time, tell people what's happening, and then we'll let you go. Okay? We'll go over it one more
Alrighty,
time.
thanks, Ray.
Hold the phone, Brian. Okay, we'll be right back. All right, folks, we're going to take a top of the hour break. We'll come back with hour number 2 right after this. You're listening to About Your House on Fox Sports Charlotte. Download the free app. Stream us live on your browser, foxsportsradiocharlotte.com, Facebook Live, YouTube Live on About Your House radio page. We're here. Come back. We'll be here.
Come on back and join us for hour number 2. Eric and Sarah Fiel of Beyond Home Services and Home Theory talking life, their business, and the trades in general. So stick around. You won't want to miss it. About Your House is brought to you in part by PutToolsInSchools.org, connecting students to tools of the trades and raising awareness of the many career pathways. So sit back, relax, and enjoy some time with us. We'll share our knowledge and improve not just encouragement, but not just improvement, but every aspect of life. So sit back, relax, and enjoy some time with us. And now, here's your host, Ray Terry.
Got Brian. Hold on. All right, welcome back. Hour number 2 about your house here. Got Brian Morehouse on the phone talking about an event around women in infrastructure work, bucket trucks, all the stuff. Brian, I got a question for you. You with me?
Yes, sir.
Those underground boring machines, you know what I'm talking about?
Oh, yeah. We've got plenty of them.
Well, I want you to do me a favor, if you could.
What is that?
I want you to hook me up with somebody, a specialist in those boring machines that can come on the radio show and talk about it, because that's some innovative technology. And are they going to be on site at this event?
No, we won't have boring machines on site for this one, but that is something that we would like to be able to expand on, along with you being able to do like Badger. They do vac excavation and things like that. So there's a lot of things that we want to really go ahead and build off of this program. But I have the perfect gentleman in mind to set you up with.
Well, they're so amazing. They're amazing machines, and I think I'd like to talk about them because there's a whole career pathway around those machines.
You're definitely right about that. And the owner of our company is Alan Powell, and him and his son Drew Powell are probably the masters of these boring machines within our industry. And I'd like to be able to go ahead and try to hook you up with those two and see what y'all can be able to put together and talk about, and hopefully be able to bring everybody up to date on when they see these machines within their neighborhoods, that they know exactly what they're doing.
Yeah. A lot of people, even in the industry, are totally unaware of the capabilities and how they work and the technology behind them. And I find them awfully amazing that you can stick a boring machine here and go 120 feet, 200 feet down the road there and then pop up. How does that do that? But anyway, we can talk about it. So let's get back to the event. And I appreciate you helping me. I'm glad I thought about that, because I've been looking. I've made 3 or 4 calls through the years, but nobody has the time. We're too busy. I can't do that. What the knowledge and the career pathways behind infrastructure work, such as you're talking about, is pretty darn incredible.
It really is. Technology's come a long way over the last 30 years, and underground boring is the new way to go. A lot of people end up saying, "Oh, there's no cable out in front of my house," well, they don't realize that they set the machine up about 150 feet to the west of them and bored across their property in the right of way that they have permits for and everything. So it's really amazing, and I know that we'll be able to set you right on up and talk a little bit more about that operation.
Gotcha. All right, now once again, let's review what you got coming up for everybody.
Well,
we talk about women, but older females, older women, and looking for different career pathways. It's a tremendous opportunity to find yourself something else, and you may like it. You may really like it. A lot of people.
And that's true.
I know. Tell us where it's at. What's going on once more.
So we've got Girl Power. It's going to be taking place on Thursday, March the 13th, from 9 a.m. to 3:30. And this is going to be centered around juniors and seniors in high school that may be getting out, may not know exactly what they might want to do. So we want to introduce them to the utility industry. There's so many things involved in the utility industry. You've got substation work, you got overhead, you have underground, you have pole setting, and there's other things like fiber operations. Fiber's getting to be the real big thing. We just want to introduce them to different levels of what takes place within the utility industry, and with the hopes of maybe some of them wanting to try to start a career within that industry.
Awesome. And where's it at?
It's going to be at Caldwell Community College and Technical Institute there in Hudson, North Carolina, on the other side of Hickory. And it's going to be at the Electrical Line Workers campus, which is located right behind the main campus there in Hudson, North Carolina.
Is there a website or anything that this is going to be on, or
yeah, we do have. You can go to the Caldwell Community College
Community
website.
College. Okay, Caldwell Community College. You got it.
And Those that would like to sign up, there is also a website to be able to do that. We've only got probably 4 or 5 more slots available, maybe just a couple more than that, but that's at the vmdaec.swoogo.com.
My goodness.
Girl Power.
Got it.
Yeah. These websites get longer and longer, don't they?
They can. Absolutely.
But we definitely appreciate you letting us take the time, be able to talk to everybody and let them know about this. We're hoping to get the word out even more and even have a bigger and better 2026 Girl Power event there in Caldwell Community College.
Caldwell Community College, Girl Power. The date again, Thursday?
It's Thursday, March the 13th.
Got it. All righty. What's the time on them? All day?
It's from 9 a.m. until 3:30.
Got it.
And we have a full day. I mean, it is going to be really exciting. We've got a panelist of 5 women that have worked hard within the industry and worked their way on up. And some of them are CEOs of, co-ops. And we're really excited to be able to bring all this to everyone's attention.
That's great. Well, thank you, Brian. I appreciate what y'all are doing, giving women opportunities right here on WIC Week, the beginning of WIC Week. Tomorrow, 2nd through the 8th is, March 2nd through March 7th is WIC Week, Women in Construction Week. And this is a great way to add women to the trades and the construction industry. Appreciate you.
Definitely. Well, we appreciate you, and thank you again, and I hope you have a wonderful weekend.
You too, Brian. Go make it a great one. Thank you so much. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
And he's out. And just to give you a reminder, too, if you're interested in WIC Week, or a lady out there, a woman or a young lady wanting to get into construction and want to know all the pathways, they're numerous. Too numerous to mention. Women, there's so many career pathways within the construction trades. But WIC Week, they're going to have bowling on Monday night at Bolero over on Monfort Drive from 2 to 4 p.m. Monday night, March 3rd, they're going to be meeting at the Brewing, Monday Night Brewing at 2217 South Trine Street. And Tuesday night, they're going to have a panel, Building Allies panels. And they're advocating for women in construction. I am going to attend that event because I'm very curious in what they have to talk about as far as how to get women in construction. It's a tremendous pathway. And then they got drop on Wednesday, March 5th. They've got 8 to 10:30. They're going to have a drop-in coffee and conversation. They got to have there on Thursday, March 6th. They've got it's March 6th, Thursday, I think it is. Safety Vest Fun Run and the Mixer Party on Friday, March 7th at the Armored Cow. If you want to know more about these events, you can go on NAWIC.com. That's NAWIC, N-A-W-I-C, National Association of Women in Construction. Very, very, very active chapter here in Charlotte. If you're a lady and wanting to know more, go to their meetings. Get involved. How long y'all been involved with NARI, the National Association of the Remodeling Industry?
So I joined just a little over a year ago,
right?
January 2024, and it's been a blessing. It's been a great. I've been a part of a lot of different networking groups, but NARI by far surpasses all of them.
Well, I'm glad you're involved with it, and I advocate for NARI because of, look what Eric just said. What have you gotten from NARI?
Definitely met people with a passion for construction, people that live, breathe, and eat this stuff every single day, and meeting people like you, passionate about construction and getting, the younger generation into the trades. I've also met some great suppliers who are passionate about what they do. They're the best of the best, and meeting suppliers who have material that is not accessible to the average homeowner. They have no idea it's even out there. So being able to offer their goods and services, their craftsmen to the people that we sell ourselves to, I think creates a better community for all of us. And a better product for the homeowner.
Absolutely. And we had a meeting this past Thursday night, a couple nights back over at at Hughes Supply, their newly renovated showroom up in North Cross Drive, right near Cammy's office.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Right around the corner.
It was beautiful.
Up in Huntersville. Man,
Facets. Yep.
Facets is the name of the showroom, right?
Yes.
That's overwhelming.
Oh, it's like candy store to me.
Yeah, I know, but how in the world do you pick a faucet out going in that store?
You could bring
You
along an
hire a
interior
renovation
designer.
designer.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, my goodness, the availability of product now, and something I want to reflect on as far as home improvement and remodeling and all of these supplying companies out there. I'm going to tell you, there's a difference. And Eric, you and I and you can talk about the differences between box stores and plumbing wholesalers.
Yeah.
Okay, they're night and day.
Even if they have the same name, right?
Even if
Kohler,
they have the
Delta,
same name.
Moen, right?
What you buy in the box stores do not equal what you buy in wholesalers,
right?
Such as Hughes, Ferguson, Wilkinson. Now Wilkinson's gone. They were bought out.
I wish we could put that on a banner.
What's that?
It's not the same thing.
It's not. It's totally, they're different. I mean, the ones you get at the box stores are cheaper. There's more plastic in them. They're less brass. It's just not the quality.
Yeah.
And now you say, well, why? I mean, they might even look the same, but they're not the same. So in appliances, same thing. You can go to Queen City Home Store.
Yep.
It's not Queen City Audio,
That's
Video,
right.
and Appliance anymore.
Great,
It's now
great
Queen,
rebrand. Yeah.
Queen City Home Store. You can go out there. Their appliances are not the same appliances you're going to buy in the big box stores.
No.
They're built in lots specifically for that brand, like Lowe's or HD, being Home Depot, or Best Buy. All the big box stores sell box appliances. Now you say, what's the difference? They look the same. They're not the same.
Not at all.
And I'm telling you that. I don't care where you buy your stuff. But if you predominantly shop, matter of fact, if you're a remodeler and you tell me I went to Lowe's and got this, immediately you've just told me something.
Exactly.
You just told me something that I didn't want to hear. Because if you're going to buy your appliances and your goods all at the box stores, you're not my kind of person in remodeling. And I'm not trying to be judgmental, but there's a difference.
There is. And there's a lot of education around that. Because they'll say, it's a few dollars more over here and it looks the same.
Then it's about the money. No, it's about the quality.
Absolutely.
There again, money, 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 money. It dictates decisions. And I understand you got to save $1 where you can, but not on the quality of the goods.
I agree.
Even the trade, the person coming to install it.
You're telling me.
There's a whole nother radio show, right?
We've done many on them. Yeah. Stupid has become a serious disease. And people don't like when I say that. Even told me, don't use the word stupid. It sounds bad. It is bad.
Yeah.
That's why I say it.
Yep.
You understand it, don't you?
I absolutely do.
Then why can't we use it? Because it hurts people's feelings. I don't care. They need to be hurt. Got a Band-Aid. Go to work. We'll be back.
More about the show? Go to our Facebook page, About Your House Radio. We'll be right back after a word from our sponsor.
Go outside and take a look at your home. Are the gutters doing their job? The number one enemy to your home is water. Most homes are built with small, inadequate gutters and small downspouts. ABS Insulating has a division of the company that does nothing but gutter services. All gutter services: cleaning, maintaining, repair, new downspouts, replacement, and new gutters with many types available. They're a leader when it comes to gutter protection. Call ABS Insulating today, 704-821-4343 or absinsulating.com.
Hi, Roddy Player here with Queen City Audio, Video, and Appliances. Do you ever wonder how a local, family-owned business can compete with the big box national chain stores? It's simple. As part of North America's largest buying group, we have over $15 billion in buying power. We buy products at great prices from more manufacturers than any chain store, period, and we pass those savings on to you. So buy local and save more at Queen City, where you'll always find the right product, right price, and real answers guaranteed.
The professionals at Kilo Exterminating Company have over 70 years of experience in pest control. Throughout the years, they always pride themselves on maintaining the highest standard of quality and customer service, with every technician being state certified. And moisture readings are standard with every inspection. Their top priority is ensuring your home is free from pests such as ants, mosquitoes, termites, and any other pests wreaking havoc on your home. That's Kilo Exterminating at 704-333-9855 or online, kilo.biz. That's 704-333-9855.
John DeLand here, manager at Crowntown Cannabis, Charlotte's original CBD and hemp resource, where the staff can help you with any questions or concerns. All of our products are third-party tested for purity and quality: oils, edibles, Delta-9, topical creams, vapes, THCA flower, and products to help with the pets. Visit our new South End store at 115 Park Avenue in the South End. All 4 of our Charlotte area stores are open 7 days a week. Check online for the store near you. That's crowntowncannabis.com.
Mike Libretto here, owner of Libretto's Pizzeria and Spinello's Pizza. I opened my first pizzeria in New York City in 2004. Not long after that, I took my passion to Charlotte, North Carolina, serving up a taste of New York City with great pizzas and authentic Italian cuisine. Come in, relax, and enjoy Libretto's Pizzeria, located off Johnson Road in the Ballantyne area. Libretto's is also home of the famous Spinello's Pizza, a 10-inch infused frozen pizza, offered in both pepperoni and plain cheese. Visit SpinellosPizza.com for more information, to find a retailer near you, or just to order for pickup at the restaurant. Libretto's Pizzeria is open 7 days a week, a great place to relax, dine in, take out, delivery, or for catering. Visit us online at librettospizzeria.com. Call us at 704-714-1442 for the best in New York pizza and Italian cuisine. That's Libretto's Pizzeria. Stop in and become part of the family.
Have a comment or question for the show? Call us 704-227-8986. That's 704-227-8986. Now, back to the show.
All right, welcome back. You know, during the break, we talked, and we were talking about ignorance being nice here amongst people growing up. And what's the chicken nugget thing you were talking about?
Okay.
Give me a little bit.
So my sister's probably listening, and she won't mind that I share this story. She was in her teen years and didn't know that the chicken meat she was eating was an actual chicken. She thought it grew on the side of a chicken, and they just kind of gently sliced it off and let the chicken live. So that's a good reason why we feel really passionately about getting our kids and our community into nature and into construction and into things and just learning for yourself so that, ignorance isn't always bliss. But it also doesn't produce chicken nuggets.
Chickens don't produce chicken nuggets.
Correct.
They do, but
It's not the way you think that she thought.
not the way she thought.
Yeah.
Okay. You had said y'all have a Facebook page around homesteading.
Yeah. So we
or
have
a group or whatever.
We have a really large following on social media for our homesteading page. You want me to share it?
I do. That's why I brought it up.
All right. So if you go to Instagram or Facebook, it's at Hazelwood Roots.
At Hazelwood Roots.
Yep, roots like, in the ground, and Hazelwood is one of our first properties we actually renovated together. So we put the two together and gave it some meaning.
And you got a big following.
Huge following on Instagram.
Yeah, we got people sending us stuff, try this and say our name.
We have product sponsors that send us things.
That's great. So and you said it's got a greater following than either one of your businesses.
Oh yeah, tens of thousands.
Yeah, I mean, she'll get some viral posts that'll be millions. I think the biggest one was 4.5 million.
YouTube?
I'm not on YouTube. No, I just stick to what I know. I know Instagram and I know Facebook.
Right. Well, YouTube could give you some monetary.
Yeah, I'm not in this one for the money.
That's okay.
Yeah.
I hear you.
This one's just to share.
Just to share and educate people.
Yeah.
Inform them. Awesome. That's great. That's spreading the love.
Yep.
That's what we need to all be doing.
Well, we've been sharing the eggs with our neighbor, just trying to, we're not here to sell in this one. This one's just for sharing and loving and teaching.
Yeah, we'll rent some fun machinery every once in a while and do some chores around the farm, the homestead, and people get to see my kids driving skid steers and things, not only giving my kids good experience, but, people get to see.
Exposed.
Yeah.
Right.
You can do this. You can rent a skid steer from a store, a rental place, and do the work in your own yard.
Well, the number one reason people don't do things is fear.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
They're afraid. And that even the kids, they're afraid of failing. They're afraid of answering a question because they're in fear of answering it wrong. When we need to really help them mess up.
Right.
It's okay to be
wrong. Well, you
wrong.
don't learn anything in success. You learn it in failure.
Every time. You never think about it when you do it right.
Yeah. If you ain't failing, you ain't trying.
That's right. And you're not learning.
Right.
If you're not failing, you're not learning. And that's what we need to start teaching. But thanks for sharing that.
Yeah.
Now, let's get back on track here. Home theory. Now, I'm going to pick on you first, Sarah.
Absolutely.
Where'd home theory come from?
Home theory came from a couple of things. The idea of being self-employed just came from the fact that I'm not a very good employee. I like being the boss. I like being in charge of myself. So I figured I had a background in...
When's your birthday?
September.
Okay, keep talking.
Yeah, I'm a Virgo.
Okay.
Through and through.
Okay.
So I have a background and additional certification in professional organization, aging in place, multiple generations under a roof.
Oh, you've got some background in
Oh,
aging
I've got
in place.
all kinds of stuff.
That's awesome.
So I was doing a lot of professional organization, a lot of mindset activities with families, helping kids, ADHD kids, all kinds of things like that. And it kind of transitioned into this. And when I say interior design, I don't mean rugs and pillows and window coverings. I'm in renovation design. So I went from functional homes to functional plus aesthetically beautiful homes. So it was an easy transition to home theory. Home theory really is just a name I made up. Home, obviously, because of the industry we're in, and theory just meaning that there isn't an answer to what I do. It's a theory of life and a theory of what we call home, right? Everybody's home looks different. So that's how the name came. It's nothing fancy. Just out there.
And what do you do for people?
So right now,
is it just you?
Well, sometimes I have interns. I've got a whole slew of subcontractors and contractors on my side here.
Yeah, from his side of the fence.
And some others. Eric's not my only contractor. I love him dearly, but he's not my only one.
So you work in conjunction with other remodelers?
I do. I work as long as they're licensed, insured, and good quality, top-notch people.
So you're basically a designer. relatively speaking.
Yeah. So I like to say that we are the people who draw the vision, and then we hand the hammers to the construction team.
Right.
But on top of that, we incorporate a lot on organization, functionality, durability, education of your materials. And I have some education in space planning. So making sure your cabinet doors aren't going to hit each other when they open up, things like that. So
functionality.
we really incorporate the construction side of interior design. I tend to shy away from the fabrics and stuff. It's just not my jam.
I got it. So that interior decorating stuff,
Yeah,
per
that
se.
I'll do it for the clients that we're remodeling a house
I've
for.
had
But
several from Nary coming in here. Ann Davis, I think
Yeah.
was, and then Misty,
Yep.
Misty Malloy.
Yeah,
She's been in here. Great gals. Do love, passion. Just eat up with it.
Yep.
And that's good stuff.
Yeah, I like to be in the dust. I like to be in the construction side.
In the dirt.
I do. I like seeing, holes in the ground and studs on the walls. So I like the backside of interior design. That's where I've focused all of my time. I spend most times in kitchens, bathrooms, and laundry rooms.
When do you lean on him?
As soon as I have some space plans done, I actually lean on him from the very beginning, because our clients, I like to not present just an idea, but a realistic expectation of a renovation. So I'll involve either Eric or another contractor right from the very beginnings of those conversations and say, what's possible in this space based on the limitations of the home. So I rely on my contractors from the day that I start talking to clients, and that relationship lasts months. And then by the time they get their hammers in there, we are 100% confident that the process and the final.
The planning. Well, Sarah, I've talked so much about planning.
It's so important.
Planning's everything.
Everything.
Planning should be the job in a file folder with everything accomplished.
Absolutely.
Give it to the contractor. All you got to do now is execution.
It's exactly how we operate.
That's the way it should operate. Everything should be detailed and planned up front on a piece of paper. The drawings, everything, and they need to be as accurately as human possible.
Well, everybody thinks HGTV is real, so that you hop in, you do a house, and you plan as you go. That's just not how it operates.
You can, but let me tell you, as an HDA kid that made every mistake in the book called Ray Terry, and I've pissed more people off than you could count through the years. I've made all the mistakes. I don't want to make any more. But let me tell you something. When you start planning and getting it on paper, and you do everything on paper, you'll have a successful company and job and happy customers. But if you don't do it that way, it's mayhem. Because my name was Mayhem when I was young, because I was all over the place. And and it wasn't right. But back to that mistake, I learned.
Mm-hmm.
Speaking of ADHD, there's one right there.
Yes, he is.
And if we took a survey in the industry, we would find that 80 to 90% of everyone in construction is ADHD. And it's not a disorder. It's not a problem. Society and pharmaceutical companies have made it the problem it is. It's a gift. It's a wonderful, beautiful gift, isn't it, Eric?
It is. Yeah. I can be laying in bed thinking about, assembling something in my head and thinking about tomorrow and coming up with a plan to execute.
Right. Do you draw?
Yes.
When you draw, you build it, don't you?
Right. Yeah.
And see, there's another advantage. I was talking to a guy the other night. He's a crane builder. Mm-hmm. And his girlfriend says, all you do is sit around the house on your computer drawing cranes. And I said, but he's building them. You don't understand. And I looked at him and I said, Brady, don't you build them as you draw them? He said, you got it.
So I grew up in the age of drafting on boards.
On boards, absolutely. So parallel and the whole 9 yards. Yeah.
We would draw on vellum in 2D, and nowadays everything's evolved into a 3D computer model. But I could see 3 dimensions on that piece of paper.
Right.
And that's a lost art form right there.
I used
to think that about the people that taught me, the old writing that you see on some of this old drawings. You go into a building, a 1920s building, you go in their drafting room, pull a vellum out, and
the printing.
It's like it looked like a computer made it, but it was someone at the board.
I had to learn. I learned that way. Yeah.
It's an art. It's a lost art.
Yep.
For sure.
Well, there's not many people can do it anymore.
Yeah.
You know, that goes with a lot of things, but that's where we're at. But do you draw for him or do you I mean, here I've got a husband and wife duo. I've never had this before.
Yeah, I draw for him. I draw for all of our contractors, everything from 2D to 3D to all their utility plans, how the electrical's all connected. I that's on me.
So how it starts is
That was my question.
we do a project development meeting with a client.
Right.
If they're a good fit for us and we're a good fit for them, we go meet with them, do a project development meeting. And we've evolved now where I do bring along a tape measure, but I've got a laser and an iPad, and I lay out their entire floor plan with that iPad and a laser. So I come away with a 3D floor plan of their house, and that's where Sarah takes and does her magic.
Gotcha.
So we start with an accurate
you
model.
go out and do your measuring, which
Yes.
you're very much in tune to.
Windows, doors,
I know.
ceiling heights, everything.
When you remodel, when you change an existing house, that room has to be measured within an eighth of an inch to accuracy.
Correct.
Absolutely.
And you could even get down to 16ths if you want to, but I always use an eighth. An eighth, you know, we can play with an eighth because you won't pick that up with your eye normally, you know. But every measurement in that room, actual measurement should be made and planned on because that is what is. And you need to know what is. In other words, in only way to do it is know what is so you can change it accordingly.
Yeah, absolutely. Even the thickness of a tile matters.
I agree. Eighth of an inch, everything. And an eighth of an inch matters. You can't put a 30-inch range in a 29 7/8 inch hole.
Absolutely.
Although some contractors seem to think you can. And I don't understand it. And they, you know, who measured the opening? The granite guys didn't do it.
Mm-hmm.
What do you mean? 29 7/8 won't fly. It will not fly.
Nope.
It goes back to planning.
Thank you. Details in an eighth of an inch makes a big difference.
Right.
Especially opening a door sometimes.
Especially, yeah, we do a lot of work with ADA and, you know, aging in place and elderly
Sure.
clients. That door size, that matters to get a wheelchair through.
I'm going to bring up, happened this week. I went and did a few home repairs, a little plumbing, a little electrical, and various things for a older couple I'm working with. They're both 90.
Mhm.
But very, very mobile, very, they move around just as well as I do. And, but she asked me, she said, Ray, I want a walk-in tub.
Mm-hmm.
And I said, how you going to get it in here? She said, what do you mean? I said, it won't fit through that door. I don't know if it'll fit through the bedroom door. I don't know if you can make it in the front door and swing around the corner to come in here. She says, what do you mean? I says, have you really measured a walk-in tub?
Mm-hmm.
They're monstrous.
Huge.
Have you planned a job around them yet?
I have planned work around them. You almost have to remove a wall if you're in place already.
But I told her that. And she says, well, what am I going to do? I said, probably not.
Mm-hmm.
I said, from all I can indicate right now, unless you take that window right there out of the hole. She said, well, we don't want to do that. I said, of course you don't.
Of course.
But that's the only way you're going to get a tub in here. And then you got to open that wall up to get it through that wall.
Yeah, we're breaking people's hearts all the time like that.
Yeah. Oh, I know.
Yeah.
Like people want things that
Commercial ranges.
Commercial ranges,
not only getting it in the house, but moving it.
It's,
load-bearing walls, all the things that people think is just an easy fix.
Large hoods, clearances around the appliance, air makeup. Yeah, everything. There's a lot that goes into having that really nice looking range.
And
That's all done behind the walls.
Let me cover an update here. I got a call from a contractor yesterday. He says, Ray, makeup air codes. I said, what do you mean? Have they changed? I says, not that I'm aware of.
No.
I says, 400 CFM and over require makeup air. And there is some sort of exception around 600.
Up to 600 if you
now,
have
what's the code around that, Eric?
So you
From
can go up
400
to
to
600 if you don't have a naturally aspirated, ventilated, like an open log in your open log fireplace or a water heater where it's not power vented out the side of the house. If it uses air from inside the dwelling for combustion,
right,
then you need to stay at 400 CFM.
Right.
You need air makeup because you're exhausting all that fresh air out of the house, so
Absolutely,
you can
right.
draw CO2 into the house.
He asked me, I said 400. Then I called
Yeah.
my buddy Zeke Acosta,
So if you
from
have all the
Acosta.
electric in your
Yeah.
house, you can go up to 600.
Gotcha.
Yep.
Gotcha. Well, thank you for sharing that. But 400's a happy-go-lucky number.
Mhm.
400 CFM, anything above that, you got to have makeup air. However, I would beg to differ on a 42-year-old house or a 60-year-old house. Makeup air, but the code,
they're drafty already.
they're dog crates. I call them dog crates.
Yeah, the code doesn't
Code doesn't
distinguish,
yeah,
right?
Code doesn't
The
care.
code doesn't care, but still, you take a house built in the 50s, 60s, even 70s. They don't need no makeup air in that house, not unless it's been totally renovated,
right,
and insulated and airtighted, and air sealed and all that. But very few of them are. But anyway, so I want to throw that out there. Anything now? What's makeup air? Let's cover that again. If and by the way, when you go buy a range hood, they're going to bring it up.
We hope
they are.
There's
We hope
many
they
times
do.
they don't.
Oh no, they don't. Well, I bring it up.
That's why you go to a
Matter of
reputable.
fact, when I leave here today, I got to go look at a vent hood down in Fort Mill.
This is why you need to get a good contractor, because your contractor will bring it up.
Yeah.
Or your designer. I know the code.
Right.
I have to, because I have to design around a code.
Right. But makeup air, if you take over 400 CFM, that's cubic feet per minute of air out of the house, you've got to bring 400 cubic feet or above into the house.
Right.
Now, how do you do that? With a whole different duct system attached to the vent system you already have.
Yep.
The vent system that takes it out triggers through a pressure switch, a damper opening that opens a duct, another duct feeding fresh air into the room.
Long story short, it takes money.
It automatically adds $1,000 minimum to the ticket. Automatically.
That's for a simple.
That's for simple. That's the down and dirty number.
Not non-conditioned air.
Right.
Yeah.
It's just that
So
it automatically just adds 1,000
Right.
plus to the job. That's what I tell people.
Yeah.
It's a grand immediately. Oh, why? Because I got to run a whole different piece of duct work out to the edge of the house. I said that's where it starts. I didn't say that was the price.
Yeah. Some commercial units will require a system that's 10K.
Well, that's commercial. That's
we see it.
Well,
we definitely install it. That's our
in
clientele
residential?
all the time.
Yeah.
Really?
All the time.
That's a lot of air.
Interlocks with the furnace, so you get conditioned air.
Oh,
So you're
yeah,
not
you
bringing
have
in the
to.
hot summer heat or
Sure.
the cold winter
Right.
air.
Have an ERV
Right.
on it.
Mm-hmm.
Yep. Oh, all that. And I brought it up because the contractor called me yesterday checking. He says, now I got to have it. I said, yeah.
Yeah.
Well, there's a whole bunch of code upgrades for this year. So
Yeah.
Well, there wasn't a change in it, in the venting.
No.
Fresh air.
No, in
'Cause,
electrical.
Zeke went and asked me. Told me yesterday he just went to a meeting just a couple of weeks back. He said nothing's changed.
not in that part.
Not on that part, right?
The poor electricians, though, this year they're gonna have a tough year.
All they're doing is doing a money grab too, and that's what irks me. There's nothing wrong. It's some of the stuff, and I've had electricians. I mean, well seasoned electricians come in talk about it, and it's some of the stuff. It's just like the pharmaceutical industry. They're throwing stuff out there just for money.
Mm-hmm.
It gets confusing in the electrical realm with all the code updates. Has it changed a lot?
Oh,
year?
yeah.
The electrical code is going to be updated in July this year.
Gotcha. Okay.
And it's a big one.
And what
So
could be bigger? What are they asking for now? I mean, anyway, we can. God.
You do a whole show on it.
Yeah, they're
Well,
But it
they're
impacts-
changing where you can put outlets.
Yeah.
Is one of them. So no more outlets in the sides of islands.
Really, that used to be a code.
Yeah.
Now they're taking that out. It's
They're
gonna be-
taking it out.
It's either you leave it for future expansion or you have a pop up in the top.
So that you
So
can have
what they
pop-up.
want is reduce kids, running around the island pulling the crock pot down on them or
Yeah.
the air fryer,
Yeah, I got it.
getting hooked on by the cord.
Right. You only do it once, though.
There you go, Ray.
I'm serious.
Yeah.
Go ahead and burn him on the stove. He'll figure it out real quick. Don't do that but one time. People say, that's cruel. Why would you do that? It's called teaching. I mean, it's that simple. They're going to fall. They're going to get burnt. Go ahead and get them accustomed to it. That's life.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not mean. That's just the way it is.
Pretty fitting. Hurts so good. It's
What's that? Yeah, heard so good. How apropos.
Good timing on that.
That was good. Good.
Funny
Good.
how that works.
Good,
Yeah.
good segue.
Yeah, good segue. We got to take a break. Let's take a break here. We'll come back and talk about Beyond Home Services and more. We come back.
Out more about the show? Go to our Facebook page, About Your House Radio. We'll be right back after a word from our sponsor.
Hi, I'm Sam Attero of AtteroMedia.com. Someone asked me once what I love the most about my 30-year-long career as a media producer and educator, and I have to say the fact that not only do I get to create for a living every day, but then I get to teach and help others to use the content and gear systems that I've built for them themselves. Do you need professional live event video production or streaming services? You're in great hands with our family business. All 5-star Google reviews. That's ETTARO Media.com.
Steve Helms here with the Al Metal Dryer Vent Corporation. The Al Metal Dryer Vent Corporation is a full-service dryer vent company. Regardless of the problem, we can handle it. Does your clothes dryer take longer than 45 to 50 minutes to dry a load? If so, you need your dryer vent cleaned or checked. The clothes dryer is the most inefficient appliance in the house and should never take longer than 45 to 50 minutes. Call Al Metal Dryer Vent today at 704-846-8368 or online at almetaldryervent.com. That's 704-846-VENT. Have you cleaned your dryer vent lately?
Owens Chimney Systems is known for all professional chimney services since 1989, including chimney cleaning, recommended annually, chimney evaluations and inspections, any and all chimney repairs and restorations, gas fireplace and gas fire log service, furnace cleaning, cleaning out one of the most overlooked appliances in the home. Get it done right the first time. That's Owens Chimney Systems at 704-554-9595. Or you can visit us online at owenschimneysystems.com.
Carolina Foundation Solutions is a family-owned and operated company and a licensed general contractor in North and South Carolina, providing foundation solutions from the mountains to the sandy shores of the coast. At Carolina Foundation Solutions, our objective is to help educate, offer guidance, and provide assistance. With over 200 years of combined experience, our family of experts are ready to help protect and repair your largest investments. If you have a problem, we have a solution. Call 877-883-4626 or online, carolinafoundationsolutions.com.
Have a comment or question for the show? Call us 704-227-8986. That's 704-227-8986. Now, back to the show.
All right, welcome back to About Your House here on Fox Sports Charlotte. Talking to, who am I talking to? Talking to Eric and Sarah. Eric and Sarah Fiel, Fiel. Where'd that come from? Fiel.
It's German.
Is it German?
Yeah.
Yeah, that would make sense. So you're from German heritage.
Yes.
That makes sense.
A lot of Wisconsin has a lot of
Yeah. Wisconsin, yeah.
Yeah.
And your father was a machinist.
Yeah, he's a millwright in a paper mill.
Yeah.
Yeah.
A lot of people don't know what millwright is. I didn't know till later on. And then we got a Southeastern Millwright and Carpenters Union out in off Harris Boulevard. They got a whole teaching facility out there. Did you know that?
I didn't know that.
Yeah, very few people do, and but then again, with a bunch of men running the show, how would you know it?
They need to add a female to that mix.
They do. Yeah, they've got one in the office. They need to listen to her. They get more done. I'm sorry.
I get it all done.
I'm sorry. I'm hard on men. But, and that's a big change in the construction industry, too, such as yourself.
Mm-hmm.
Women are we went to a NARI meeting the other night. The majority of the people in the room were women.
It was fantastic.
Yeah, they always are. Great group of people out there.
Yeah.
Great group.
Keep singing NARI's praises for sure. Yeah,
Well, I praise anybody that takes an active role in the future.
Mm-hmm.
Because if industry doesn't step up, and they're not doing a good job of stepping up, because of money, they got to show a return on the bean counters. Have to show they got degrees, and those degreed bean counters, accountants, and all that need to see a return on their investment, no matter what it is. Well, this one's one of those investments going to take a while to get a return on.
Mm-hmm.
And if we don't wake up to that fact and get in front of kids and make them aware of the opportunities, once again, out of 34 kids I asked, how many know the word apprentice?
Oh, very few probably.
None. Out of 34 middle school kids, not one kid.
That's concerning.
Oh, I can keep on going if you want to hear concerning. It's bad. And another thing I've got to mention, too, that Charlotte covers up are the problems they're having with their teachers. Like 20 have left Garinger High School, walked out since the first of the year.
Oof.
Garinger High School was without a principal. I don't know if they are today or not, but they were. And why is that? Kids are leaving the school in ambulances. You never heard about that on the news, though, did you?
Mm-mm.
And you won't, because they don't want you to know. Folks, we got some serious issues in our schools. Now, I'm not saying it's all schools, no. But there are big problems with education in our school system. And I live here, and I just want to see something to make the kids happier, more purpose-filled, empowered. Because when you give them the creativity and the ability to think for themselves, you empower them. But they don't know how. Critical thinking is gone. Y'all need labor. You need help. You're looking for help in your business.
We're looking for an admin right now.
Oh, it's tough.
Right now.
When you say admin, what's that mean?
Someone who can run the office, an executive admin, someone to help run computer systems on my end, sending invoices, paying bills.
Yeah.
And then on Sarah's side, answering emails, running to suppliers,
right,
interfacing with clients, answering the phone.
It's almost impossible to run a business in 2025 by yourself.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Especially if you want to scale.
Well, to get everything done, because now you have to do social media, you have to in marketing, and all the infrastructure work, invoicing, community, and the most important thing you do every day is communicate.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Right.
Absolutely.
And then on top of that, we're not teaching our kids how to communicate properly. Y'all might be, because you're homeschooling.
Yeah.
But these kids don't know how to talk. I listen to them because just the other night I went to a little teaching session I do with West Boulevard Ministries,
Mm-hmm.
and the kids stand up and recite Bible verses, which is great if you can hear them.
Mm-hmm.
Communication is absolutely essential, but they're afraid to speak up. They have fear. Now, I'm not saying all of them. Okay, everybody says, "Well, it's not my child." Yeah, you want to think that, but we've got issues, and I just want kids happy. I want them to feel yours are happy.
My kids are very happy, but
Where are they at? Where are they right now?
they're at home.
They're probably listening to the show right now.
I would bet that they
Yeah.
are probably hanging out with the ducks, listening to the show.
Talking to his ducks. Ducks are neat animals,
Mm-hmm.
but they're at home taking care of themselves.
Oh, absolutely. Yeah, you have to grow independence in them. I love them, but they're not staying under my roof forever.
So you're anxious to get them out.
Well, I'm anxious for them to grow.
Right. Grow away. Grow and go away. No, not really. But when your kids are happy, purpose-filled, and full of vim
Vision.
and vigor and vision, well, then they're gonna be fine.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I really do
They're,
think
they're
they
living
are.
for something bigger than themselves.
Yeah, but they have to find it.
Right.
Most parents today, I'm sorry to say this, try to find the happiness for their kids.
Yep.
Yeah.
And they've got to find it, not you. You're not going to be doing their life. They are.
Yeah, absolutely.
I've heard so many kids come up to me and say, "Well, my mom wants me to go to college."
Well,
do you?
That's how he started.
And that's where I got my engineering degree. Now, I'm not saying that was a bad part of life, but when I grew up, I'm an 80s baby, and bachelor's degrees were kind of a new
Required.
household thing at that point, right? It was, if you wanted to make something of yourself, go get a bachelor's degree. And I did that, but I wasn't fulfilled. I was fulfilled when I was being creative, and I was creating designs for patents and
Right.
things of that nature. And then I had a sense of pride in the things I built, but I was growing it for somebody else.
Right. Gotcha. Well, we live, we learn, we grow. All right, I want to get back on track here about remodeling, and we got a few minutes here for the top of the hour break. Let's tell homeowners how a professional remodeling company works from the concept. When you go, who meets with a client first, you or him?
So how we do things is we have a website. Clients go to fill out a contact form that qualifies them for the type of work we do. Gives them a sense of who we are as well. So it's a two-way relationship. We have to work for them. They have to work. Their project has to work for us.
Well, sir, I imagine you've met customers that you didn't really want to work with.
Yeah. I mean, I would say we probably get between 6 and 8 contact forms a day. And,
Really?
Yeah. And I certainly, they're not all great
We can't do
fits.
them all, right? So you
have to qualify.
We qualify them. So they start out with a free welcome call. All of our welcome calls are free.
By yours truly.
We talk to them for 30 minutes. Sarah talks to them for 30 minutes to understand what their vision is for the space, where they're at in the process. And from there, we set up a meeting with them. It's called a project development meeting. We don't give free estimates. We don't go out for free. It's an investment into the project. And we come out and I lay out the entire floor plan, the existing floor plan, while Sarah talks to them about their vision, what they want in their space.
Where does budget come into play?
Right up front.
I have that conversation from the beginning because there's a balance between budget, aesthetics, their vision, and what's possible in the space. And we want to be accurate right from the beginning and honest right from the beginning. And one thing that we've noticed in our industry is the free estimate's usually a lowball offer. So we don't even participate in that process
And
at
it
all.
doesn't take into account what they want.
One of my rules were free does not go on any marketing material.
Exactly.
Free is not a word I put on my trucks. Free is, and I've advised many remodelers through the years, get rid of free. Nothing's free.
Mm-mm.
Everybody thinks you free is going to get you work.
But offer value. So
Exactly.
we offer the value. When
Right.
we're coming out to do a project development meeting, the value you're getting is 2 industry professionals, me, 30 years experience, looking at your space, looking at if you have an 80s house, there's a lot of code upgrades that go into place when you're adding these appliances, when you're expanding a kitchen, you're adding a bedroom. There's things to keep in mind. That's what we cover during our project development meeting.
Gotcha.
And on my side, we handle vision. We handle a ton of education. What's the difference between quartz, marble, quartzite, things like that. So there's a lot of value add in that first initial meeting.
Oh, I understand. It's called professionalism and
Mhm.
getting people who know what they're doing. But the word free is a deterrent to me.
Yeah, it's
Just
not in our
me.
vocabulary.
I don't like it because nothing's free.
We got to put dinner on the table too.
Well, you need to get paid for your time because the most valuable thing we all have is time.
Absolutely.
It is the most valued commodity we all share is time. And I need yours. And I'll tell you more about that next hour. About your house right here on Fox Sports Charlotte coming up. I have the files in the house. Yes, Sarah and Eric. Sarah and Eric File, Home Theory and Beyond Home Services. Remodelers. That's what you are.
That is.
Did you go to any NARI certifications yet?
Not yet.
You don't need to. But you're beyond it. Not really, but you can always learn, but you've already got it. So we'll talk about that next
Let's
hour.
do it.
All right. Beyond. Yes, beyond. Beyond. We'll be back next hour, hour number 3 coming up. We'll be back.
You awake yet? Grab another cup of coffee and stick around for hour number 3. Eric and Sarah Fiel of Beyond Home Services and Home Theory talk more about the industry and their experiences in the field. About Your House is brought to you by PutToolsInSchools.org, connecting students to tools of the trades and raising awareness of the many career pathways. So sit back, relax, and enjoy some time with us. We'll share our knowledge and provide encouragement to improve not just your home, but every aspect of life. And now, here's your host, Ray Terry.
All right, welcome back. Where were we? We were in the planning, weren't we?
Yeah, we're talking about our process.
Your systems.
Yep.
Your systems. So how long does it take from day one to day to execution?
So
there's not a happy-go-lucky answer there.
There is.
there is, and it really depends on client selections and material availability.
Lead times are a big deal right now.
Right.
Why you say that?
We're seeing sometimes as much as COVID times of how much it takes to get cabinets and appliances right now. I don't know what's going on, but there's definitely lead times.
Well, Roddy's going to be on the show week after next, and he's going to give us an update on all the backlog
We'll
and
be
whatever,
listening.
for sure. But yeah, I realize that. I learned something this week. I'm going to throw this out there.
Okay.
The guy calls me and tells me he wants a Thermador downdraft put in, right?
Mhm.
So I go, Thermador's made by Best, although, one manufacturer like Gen Airs, same thing as KitchenAid and all this other stuff. And he says, well, the Thermador blower motor won't be in till the last of April. I says, what? So I looked it up. I said, that's the same motor that comes on the Best. Same exact motor.
Right.
So I said, check on I think it's a PF6. I was saying, check on a PF6, see when you can get that. Oh, I can get that in 3 weeks. And he said, and it's half as much as a Thermador, but it's the same blower. He says, you're kidding. I said, no, look, pull them up on the spec sheet. Pull them up. They're identical. Same wiring diagram, same everything, same pictures.
Probably same mounting holes too.
It is.
Yeah.
It's exactly the same.
Right.
And he said, I didn't know that. I said, well, I'm telling you, order the PF6. It'll fit. I said, but you might have warranty issues.
Mm-hmm.
And I said, and that's where they get you. So be sure it's not interfering with the warranty. And he says, I did not know that. But there's so many things like that a lot of people aren't aware of.
Yeah, when you're living and breathing this stuff every day and you see it, and you research and you right.
And I
read.
I personally, before I go out to a job like you guys and you do it in your head.
Yeah.
I do a job 4 times before I ever get to the site.
Yeah.
They say, how you do it? I said, right here in the head.
Yep.
Because see, when you leave as a remodeler, you want to be prepared when you get there, do you not?
Every single time.
When you
right.
go, when
anticipating issues,
when you schedule crews to be on a site, they need to have materials and everything they need has to be there,
right.
or they can't do their job. And you are messing with their time and their profit if you don't have it ready. Therefore, the contractor's got to have all the ducks in a row, right?
Yeah.
But you talked about the backlog, and do y'all ever stage?
Yeah. There are times, there's
because when COVID hit, I said the only way you can do a remodeling job is to stage it completely before you execute.
So we get a lot of our materials before we even swing a hammer, so we can, as much
Like
as I guarantee that we
there.
can to the homeowner, this is going to be a 3-month remodel. Cabinets are on the way. Countertops are, in a showroom in Charlotte.
Right.
Tile is in New York, but it's on the shelf there.
Got it.
So we tell homeowners, if they're looking for a simple bathroom remodel, call your contractor 3 to 4 months before you want to start swinging hammers. We're doing large scale kitchen renovations north of 100,000 on a weekly basis, and those are a 6 month from the time of phone call to the time of gone.
3 weeks, 3 months. Now you need to call your contractor a year ahead of time.
We got people in place.
Well, I know that, but when you agree that at the first of every year, I bring up a conversation on the show here about what you're going to do this year. What are your plans for remodeling this year, home improvements this year? And some people say, what do you mean? Well, if you're looking to do remodeling, then you better start early, even way before it's time. Like this older couple I was telling you about that are 90. Well, they've been talking about this bathroom for over a year. And I've told them 3 times now, and your name will probably be, you'll probably be called, about the walk-in tub. She's not going to get that. They're a novelty. How many of those have you put in, by the way?
Oh, we've designed for one, but I don't think we've ever even installed one.
They're crazy. They're a novelty that if there's anybody listening that has a walk-in tub and loves it, let me know. I'd love to know about it because I just don't think they're I talked to Amy, Amy
Mhm.
Dyer,
Yep.
the other night in Kohler about.
Yeah.
She says, "Oh my God, we have a whole specialty division around walk-in tubs. I'll put them in touch with you because I don't deal with them."
Mhm.
I think
I
they're.
I think it's a very niche
It's like the
thing.
hot tubs.
Right.
I've taken out more hot tubs than I ever put in.
Yeah, we take out jetted jacuzzis
Exactly.
and people just
All the
want,
time.
either a bigger shower or just a small garden tub.
Exactly. Garden tub. Ones you plant tomatoes in. No, I'm just. That was something that got me to a garden tub. What makes a garden tub a garden tub? Big? Does that constitute a garden tub?
Mhm.
That name. I don't like garden tubs because it takes too much hot water to fill them up.
It sounds good.
It does
Yeah.
sound good.
Sounds fancy on a real
And you
estate
put a
listing.
lot of on-demand water heaters in too, don't you?
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's an
SOP.
easy upgrade.
Yeah.
When you're doing a remodel, you got the trades coming already. So usually you need a mechanical guy if you've got a natural gas or
Sure.
propane on-demand hot water heater. If it's electric, you got the electrician already coming in. You've already got the plumber coming in. It's easier to do when you're doing a renovation because you're pulling the permits are pulled.
Sure.
Plumber and electrician will take into account any of their needs. It's a more, and the client's usually planning to be out of the house for a little bit, so it's less of an impact to them.
When you do a big job, do they move out or stay in?
It depends on the client. I would say, what do you think? 25-30% of clients move out for at least a portion of it.
Oh,
Yeah,
really?
yeah.
Usually they take a vacation, to be honest
I
with you.
have never had the luxury of having a homeowner pack up and leave. I always did it when they were in the house.
We're often doing all the bathrooms at the same time, or a
Okay, that
bathroom,
makes a difference.
multiple bathrooms in a kitchen, and it's livable, but it would be miserable. So they'll take their family vacations or hop over to mom and dad's or an Airbnb for at least the demolition and framing portion.
And then when we're refinishing their floors, they may
Oh
leave for
God,
a week.
yeah, you got to get out of the house for that one.
Yeah. So yeah, we do appreciate when that happens because then our guys can just do their thing, right? They can just go
Sure,
and make progress at much more rapid pace.
I got you. And y'all, do you recommend that up front to homeowners sometimes?
If we're doing multiple spaces, it is a recommendation. We don't require it, but it is definitely a recommendation.
And that's just based on the experience we've had with other homeowners. How usually when you're getting into that month 2 of a 3-month remodel, there's like they're ready to get back in their space.
Oh yeah,
And
sure.
we can speak from that experience, from having done it ourselves. We can talk to homeowners and say, look, there's going to come a point where you may need to get away for a little bit.
Oh, I told them up front, there's going to be days where you're going to want to cuss me out.
Yeah. Well,
Absolutely.
we try to be honest about everything.
Yeah, I said, you're going to be mad and you're going to want to vent. And I said, I'm here for you.
Yep.
Oh, I've had some housewives and others just jump in my case. And then the next day they come in at me, give me a hug and apologize. I said, dear, I told you this is going to happen.
Yeah, one of the great things Eric does is every single Friday, he gives the homeowners a list of what was accomplished and then what he is going to accomplish the next week.
Awesome.
And that communication really keeps that relationship really strong, but it also gives the homeowners a sense of progress and, so they can see
Sure.
and have a tangible thing in front of them to show that this is going to end someday.
Yeah. It can get a little weary sometimes, but if you've got a good contractor, one such as yourself, then it's not so bad.
No.
But there are days. There are days
we've brought wine to our clients or dinner gift certificates because it does wear on people over time. And we understand that. And we're people first. None of our clients have a number. There's no folders with numbers. Everybody is first name, last name basis. These are our people, right? We're spending 3, 6, 9, sometimes 12 months with them.
It's a relationship. And like I said up front, you've met people you didn't want to work for.
Absolutely.
And I've met clients that I didn't want to work for. And I've met clients I did work for that I was sorry I ever started to work for. And I'm just being honest because it works two ways. And what I've always told people is it's one of the most serious relationships you will ever establish if you're remodeling a house is your contractor.
It's a very intimate relationship, and I don't think a lot of people understand that. We are in your personal space.
You are giving your house to a contractor, the biggest investment of your life. You're putting it in their hands. And once again, I want to say, and you can agree or disagree,
Mm-hmm.
if you're shopping price, you're screwing up.
100% agree.
Because it's not about the price. It's about the big picture. Everything the most important ingredient is the way you're going to get along with your contractor and their team. Because that, just like a marriage, no different. None. Just like a marriage. Because they're there every day and they're going to be in your space.
Mm-hmm.
So it's absolutely imperative that you have a relationship that you can talk to and be totally honest with your contractor. If you fear or have any anxiety around it, you need to fix it.
And I think people have been conditioned to think that way, especially with
I know,
contractors, the connotation contractors, right? And people instantly go to wanting a deal, right? And it's the value that a licensed general contractor, fully insured, and quality craftsman, that's the value that, and so money aside, if you're searching for a great interior designer that's going to give you something that you couldn't have dreamt yourself.
Right.
You're being introduced to materials that you had no idea exist, but you're getting the full package that's going to work for your life. Being offered things like instant hot water in your instant boiling hot water in your kitchen. People don't know that appliance exists. It does exist.
Yep.
And so when you bring a team like that, like us, and a lot of the other contractors in NARI that I would easily recommend
Oh,
to go do
absolutely.
work, cost becomes a component because of course we want
Of course it
we want to
is.
be
Always.
we want to respect budget, right?
If possible.
Yeah, if possible. But first and foremost, we want to give you what you want,
Right.
and put something that you can be proud of in your house.
You won some awards at the Cody Awards. Rhodey, excuse me.
We did.
Rhodey Awards.
Several.
We did.
I know you. What'd y'all win? Can you give
So,
me a
and one that
recap?
hasn't been
One that
hasn't been announced, but we'll announce it here. But so 2024, we won Contractor of the Year for two divisions or two awards.
Two.
One was a bathroom, one was a kitchen.
Right.
And we were just told 2 weeks ago we won the Southeast Regional NARI award for the interior of a house. That was 100 to 250,000
for the
in
entire
that
Southeast
range
United States.
for the entire Southeast United
Well,
States.
congratulations.
Thank
Yeah.
you.
And so y'all won. What'd you win at this past Rhodey's?
Kitchen and bathroom. So kitchen.
And that's the one that won
150.
That's the one that won.
An additional project won the regional.
Oh,
so
okay.
a full interiors project won regionals. So we're actually flying out to Texas in April to go accept that award.
NKBA convention. Not NKBA, excuse me, the NARI convention.
Yes, NARI convention.
I've been involved with NKBA too early on. As a matter of fact, speaking of NARI, before NARI was even in Charlotte, there was an NKBA chapter in North and South Carolina. It was it's called the Carolinas chapter. I became active in that because I love kitchens,
Mm-hmm.
And I wanted to be the best I could be at them. And NKBA had a great program. Still does.
Mm-hmm.
Still does. And gave me a great format for being a better contractor at that.
Yep.
So then NARI came into play in 1990. So it's been a fun ride. Been involved with both of them. All right, we're going to take a break here. Is that what you tell me, big guy?
Exactly what I'm saying. It's your cue.
Is that my cue? Okay. We're going to take a break here. Come back and talk to the Files, Sarah and Eric, Beyond Home Services and Home Theory, and find out more about how they do what they do. We'll be back.
More about the show? Go to our Facebook page, About Your House Radio. We'll be right back after a word from our sponsor.
John DeLand here for Crowntown Cannabis. We at Crowntown Cannabis care about you and your health. All of our products, from edibles to topical creams, are all third-party tested for purity and quality. 4 locations, open 7 days a week to help you with any concerns you may have. Monday through Saturday, 10 a.m. to 7 p.m. Sundays, 11 a.m. to 6 p.m. You can call us at 704-412-7121 or online at crowntowncannabis.com.
Hi, Roddy Player here with Queen City Audio, Video, and Appliances. Do you ever wonder how a local, family-owned business can compete with the big box national chain stores? It's simple. As part of North America's largest buying group, we have over $15 billion in buying power. We buy products at great prices from more manufacturers than any chain store, period, and we pass those savings on to you. So buy local and save more at Queen City, where you'll always find the right product, right price, and real answers guaranteed.
Hi, I'm Sam Otero of AteroMedia.com, and I love empowering my clients and partners to make the most out of today's latest digital media tools. We specialize in building production systems and podcast studios for small to mid-sized churches and local businesses here in Charlotte. Do you need new media production gear? Do you need help learning how to use it? You're in great hands with our family business, Atero Media of Charlotte. That's ETTARO Media.com.
The professionals at Kilo Exterminating Company have over 70 years of experience in pest control. Throughout the years, they always pride themselves on maintaining the highest standard of quality and customer service, with every technician being state certified. And moisture readings are standard with every inspection. Their top priority is ensuring your home is free from pests such as ants, mosquitoes, termites, and any other pests wreaking havoc on your home. That's Kilo Exterminating at 704-333-9855 or online, kilo.biz. That's 704-333-9855.
Mike Libretto here, inviting you to come in and experience Charlotte's best New York pizza and great Italian food at Libretto's Pizzeria. Serving Charlotte proudly since 2008, Libretto's pizzas are sure to please by the slice or grab a whole pie. Pastas, entrees, great appetizers, sandwiches, and wings. A menu to please the whole family. Dine in or takeout, available 7 days a week. Visit us online at librettospizzeria.com or call us at 704-714-1442. That's Libretto's Pizzeria. Stop in and become part of the family.
Have a comment or question for the show? Call us 704-227-8986. That's 704-227-8986. Now, back to the show.
All right, welcome back. I got a caller. Guess who? Uncle Red. Here he is. You just text me too. Hey, good morning. You text me too. Not talking ain't good enough. No, I'm messing with you.
Well, I didn't know. Sometimes you don't ever look at your text, so I realized I'm so screwed up. I looked up and thought you had 10 minutes left, and then I looked at the clock. I said he's in the middle of the third hour. I'll talk to him for a second.
There you go.
I got one thing to say. I'm impressed with the people. I don't have to be impressed with them because obviously they're good, or they wouldn't have had all the awards and stuff, and I know how good you are. And I think that you will agree with what I'm going to say, but I want them to hear what I say because I'm an old guy and I've been around this for a long time. A lot of different disciplines. Some of the best projects you look at are the ones that you never do, because in the end, after all the burden, overhead, the nightmare of doing it, the coordination and everything, if there's no money left at the end, why in the world did you waste your time even getting involved with it? But you have to train yourself to watch each person that works for you
along the way, because if anybody hesitates or flinches because there's something crazy, when you get out of what you're very comfortable doing, and they will agree with you, and I know you know it, you don't make nearly as much money. I don't care how much money's pouring in. I don't care if it's an open checkbook. You will be so aggravated you would have been better off doing 2 other projects that you knew exactly how to handle. And it's plumbers that get in the same problem, electricians get in the same problem, everybody, tile people, everybody. When somebody wants something really crazy, and I know everybody gets sucked into it because, yeah, we can do that. We can do that. We'd love to do that for you. There's a point where everything slows down. And do you really want to get involved with it or not? I know you build a big business doing it, but in general, you're better off staying away from it. It's the same way it was in the same way in the well business. If you did normal wells, you could just go in and fix them, make everybody happy, and give them a good price and be done. When you deviate different sizes, anything, everything slows down and it changes. And you really have to read people, because if I had subcontractors working for me and I posed something to them, and I think these people would agree with it. If you pose something to them and they even look like they're thinking about it before they say, yes, we can do it, that's probably not the person you need to be trying to get to do it. I mean, if they're flinching up front,
Oh, I agree.
they're going to be they're going to be a problem for you down the road. I mean, and you know that, and I know that. I'm not trying to say oversimplify it, make it all cheap and stuff, because it doesn't work like that. But I mean, I've practiced that all my life, and it got me a long way.
Gotcha.
But I've left some pretty good jobs that I just said, you know what, you need to get somebody else, because we're busy enough like we are. We don't need to take on a nightmare, especially if you get a bad read on the people on the front end.
Right. No,
Anyway, just a little food for thought from an old guy.
All right. Well, thank
You know
you,
what I mean?
sir, for always. Thank you.
All right. I'll see you guys.
Thank
Take
you.
care.
Have a great day. Be careful out there.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye. You ever read a job like that?
Yeah, it's absolutely, we get better and better
We've learned
over
our
the years,
lessons.
right? Because we're people who like taking on challenges.
Yeah, we
And,
do. Remodelers tend to be a bit brave, courageous.
Mhm.
I know, matter of fact, if it's hard, I'm going to like it. I don't want something simple.
Right.
That's why they call me for vents. Most of the ones I go look at are harder than normal.
Mhm.
If it was easy, anybody could do it,
Exactly.
right?
Right. There's nothing that we haven't figured out. Anything that gets thrown our way, we figure it out, but it does take away from their personal life.
Sure.
If I'm sitting up at 11:30 at night and I can't fall asleep because I'm thinking about something that came up, is not good for a marriage. It's not good for my kids. Not good for me.
Stress, man.
Not good for my
Stress bad,
business.
yeah. How many jobs y'all do at one time?
Between 3 and 6.
Between 3 and 6?
That's active jobs that
I
we
understand.
have permits pulled on. We've got a dozen people in the funnel that we could be
Y'all
anywhere
have any
between.
employees or all
Yes.
subs?
Mhm.
No, it's a hybrid. We have a hybrid model.
Explain that one to me.
So
Hybrid.
I have a lead man that
I
is
understand
out in the
that
field.
concept, yeah.
He's my eyes and ears, and we have
You
a
call him a project manager of sorts, but a lead man,
Yeah,
same thing.
he's a bit more
Superintendent.
Yeah, he's
call
a
him-
bit more in the operations,
I
and
understand.
he wears a tool belt.
We can shout out Tony. He's absolutely fantastic.
Yeah,
Well, lead men are key. I had 4 of them, and they were great.
hiring talented people
Oh,
is so important in a business.
yeah,
Not
and,
only
and damn near impossible now.
Well, let me
Right.
tell you, we interviewed for a year before we hired Tony. Interviewed people for a year.
Wow. I don't doubt it, though. Because
Mhm.
most of the people, if they're really good, they're going to be working for themselves. And that's the reality.
Mm-hmm.
But some people don't want to work for themselves, and those are the ones you got to go after.
Mm-hmm.
Stubborn, but glad you got one.
But yeah, and Tony's the type where he's got hopes and dreams, and I'm willing to pour into
How
him.
old is he? Can I ask?
He's in his early 30s.
Great, perfect.
Yeah.
Awesome. Yeah.
And then we have a carpenter that is cabinets, trim, can do drywall, paint.
Sure.
You know, he's got his strengths. That's where I needed somebody to take over for me
Yeah.
out in the field.
One of the reasons I personally loved remodeling, one, it's the creative and artistic side of construction, and two, you learn everything.
Mm-hmm.
Like you said, your carpenter, he can do drywall work. He can probably do tile work, drywall work, a little bit of oak key in flooring. He can do all that because that's what remodeling is. If you know one thing, you won't be a remodeler. You'll be in a custom subdivision somewhere putting in trim or something.
Mm-hmm.
Not all people love or want to play remodeling. What would you say the biggest difference between remodeling and new construction is?
Definitely the homeowner.
Bingo.
Mhm.
That's the biggest difference. I did a whole talk about that one time, about an hour talk about the differences between remodeling and new construction or home building. Vast difference.
Big difference.
Remodeling, you got homeowners living there most of the time.
Right.
The vast majority
And
of the time.
animals.
And babysitting you and watching you and
you
over
got
your
dogs,
shoulder.
you got cats, you got all the, and plus you got city. And you
Mhm.
got a neighborhood around you that people are living in. It's vastly different.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Neighbors, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
A lot of people don't like, a lot of contractors don't want to deal with that. It's a different arena.
Some of the people who complain the most are the neighbors of the people who we're doing the work for.
Yep. And then you've got that to deal with. And the consideration, you don't only have to deal with the homeowner, you have to deal with the homeowner's neighbors.
And their HOA.
Thank you for saying it, because that was coming next, the HOA. But these are complexities and part of the process.
Yeah, and these are things that we navigate with them at that project development
Yeah,
meeting.
up front.
Is we like to be very honest about what the process looks like, and sometimes that scares people, and that's fine. It's good to be a little scared, right?
Right.
But we I think through our process, when we sit down at a project development meeting, we can say without much hesitation that client is going to be our client. I mean, we have a really good closure rate just because of what we bring to the table, the value. It's not just me showing up and going looking around, giving them a square foot price. We're taking into account
There is no such
everything.
thing as a square foot price, by the way.
No,
I
it's
didn't.
not.
I didn't ask Eric or Sarah. Either one was that a fact. I know it is. There is no such thing. When people call me and say, "What's the bathroom cost per foot?" I say, "There is no such thing."
So it takes me hours,
of course,
to develop an estimate, and that's the value.
Yeah.
That many contractors are starting to charge for.
Right.
So we're invested already from day one with a
Right.
client.
Yeah, it takes time. Not only time, it takes professional knowledge and wisdom in that time.
Mm-hmm.
That's what you're paying for if you've selected the right contractor. But then again, it all boils down to what? Communication.
Mm-hmm.
And there's your key. And I feel like, I don't know this, but y'all do a lot of great communication.
Oh yeah, we have.
That's why
processes
your
built.
closing rate is high.
Yeah.
So
because they feel confident.
when a client moves forward with us, they get our crew leads number, they get our office number that we'll respond to.
Sure.
We're with a lot of other clients, but we'll respond later that night within 24 hours. But email, text, office phone, the lead man, Tony, they're all available, and then they get a weekly update email, which we talked about here.
Yes, you did.
And right from the very beginning, because there's a very big difference between a guy who does construction and a construction company. And there's places for everybody in Charlotte region, but we have built out booklets and pamphlets and education materials that all of our clients and potential clients, we're constantly pouring education on them. And that builds trust. And that constant back and forth communication. You have a question, you're not, you might be able to talk right directly to your contractor. And in all of that, that's where that trust builds. And that's, I think, why our closure rate is so strong.
Well, it's like I say, without communication, you can't build the trust. You know, what's your favorite job? Is there such a thing?
I don't know if there's such a thing. I prefer doing kitchens just in a general scope because I'm
That's
the
the
kind of
heartbeat of the house.
it's the heartbeat of the house. There's so many memories. There's so many feelings around a space in a kitchen. There's a lot of organization in the kitchen. It's a very personalized space. It brings a lot of emotion out of people when we design a kitchen. What do you want? Do you want your grandkids to make chocolate chip cookies around this island with you, or are you going to host 100 people every weekend? Those are two very different kitchens.
Absolutely. How many cook in this kitchen?
Mm-hmm.
Kitchen's for foreplay.
Mm-hmm.
Husband and wife, and I mean that.
Yeah.
It's a very great place to come together. In a relationship, as a family, it's whatever. And that's what I loved about kitchens. And to all your points, how many people going to be cooking?
Mm-hmm.
I always tried to design every kitchen possible for 2 people at least, 2 cooks, because there again, that just makes it more cozy,
Yeah.
more together. But kitchens are great. I love them.
Yeah.
I started that in 1972.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wasn't a thought yet then. I'm an 80s baby. I don't know. What's your favorite space to do?
I don't know if it's a space. I think it's the complexity of the project. I like blowing out walls. I like the projects that the engineers are involved in.
Right.
And we're getting recommendations from them, and we're opening spaces up to the house. Because that, I was in, for a while as a project manager, I was in heavy construction.
Sure.
And put up large
commercial.
Yeah, industrial complexes.
Right.
And I like the really heavy duty stuff. Putting up temporary supports.
Sure.
Teaching my crew how to do it. How to
right.
properly support a house.
Sure.
While you're taking a critical component out.
And here's the thing, and it's easy.
Until it's hard.
It's easy, but it's you got to know what to do and where to transfer loads. Do you work with Marcel?
No, I know him though.
Okay.
Yeah. I've worked on some of his projects.
Well, I've done a lot of work around engineers and various things through the years, and I like you.
Yep.
I love taking out walls. And they say, well, that's a load-bearing wall. I don't care.
Yep.
Well, how can you take a load-bearing wall out? It's called beams.
Beams.
Steel, microlams. I've done them all.
Yeah.
Or make a major truss in the trusses in the attic to take all the load from one side to making another truss of plywood. I've done them. I've took a 26-foot wall out of the back of a house over in Park Crossing. And they said, and I had to find a special engineer to do it with me.
Mm-hmm.
Right. There's a lot of math.
Most engineers didn't want to do it.
Right.
Oh, you can't do that. I said, sure we can.
You can do,
Sure we can.
You can do anything if you have enough money.
It's all about money and doing it. But I mean, the brick veneer was 2 stories. We took 26. We didn't crack a brick.
Good for you.
Oh, it's fun. But when we put the steel beam up under it, I left. I told my crew how to do it, what they were going to do. And then I said, it's on
Once
y'all.
it's safe,
I said, I'm out. And they said, where are you going? I said, I'm not sitting here and watch y'all do this. Not this day. And I left. They said, you don't believe it? I said, if I didn't believe you, why would I be leaving? If I believe in you.
Mm-hmm.
I said, y'all got this.
Yeah.
I said, yeah, we do. They were all happy. That was fun.
Yeah. Yeah.
That was fun.
Right.
But people said, what if? What if? I don't do what ifs. I don't like what ifs or maybes.
Just give me the result.
Yeah, just give me something. We're going to make this happen.
Yeah, we did a house up on the lake in Mooresville where, we renovated the kitchen, but it was an entire space.
Yeah.
And the wall was blocking the view to the lake. It was a beautiful house on
I
the
haven't
lake.
seen the lake.
And so they were putting all this money into the kitchen. And it was a beautiful kitchen.
Right.
And they couldn't see the lake. And she said, I would love to have that wall gone. So yeah.
And Eric said,
the kitchen.
Okay.
I said, no problem.
We can do.
So that's why I said that.
Right.
Because you can have a beautiful kitchen, but sometimes just taking a wall out or making an opening larger, something just creates a different feeling.
The
in the
whole
space.
dynamics change.
Right.
I walked in the house one time and says, let's take that wall out right out of because you walk in some jobs, don't you?
Mm-hmm.
And you see it.
Oh, yeah, absolutely.
Visionary. You just see it finished, And they said, well, I had 2 other contractors in here. They said they couldn't take that wall out. I says, I don't care what they said.
Mm-hmm.
I said, we can take that wall out. Well, how can you do it? And they don't. Don't go there because stupidity, I guess. I don't know.
Mm-hmm.
But, and I know you probably face that too, that
Yeah.
you've gone behind other people and they said they couldn't do it. So we can do that.
And that's why we recommend in that project development meeting, I've got a good partnership with a couple engineers I've been working with for years.
Sure.
I'll come out and, an engineer can only assume certain things
Sure,
without removing
absolutely,
drywall. So
right.
our team removes the drywall. The engineer looks and sees what the engineer can do. And then we know we can tell the homeowner, this is what your space will look like, rather than get them wrapped up around blowing all the walls out, giving them something that
Right.
that they couldn't afford.
Sure.
Right. So it's not only can it be done, but can I afford it?
Right.
If you're starting to pour new footings for a wall opening, that
Sure.
is
Transfer
it's going to
loads.
cost a lot of money.
Right.
So we like to be very strategic and process minded up front, and be a partner with the homeowner and
Gotcha.
giving them their space.
Did you open that wall up and see the lake?
Oh, it's
Yeah.
beautiful. Truly beautiful. It's all open.
Yeah, it's recessed.
Recessed in. Never even knew there was a wall there.
So
Beams gone. It's
Oh,
recessed
yeah.
up in
Oh,
the
yeah.
ceiling.
I made the
I
executive
hear
call. I said, it's not going to look right. We're going to recess that beam.
Exactly. They want to expose it at first
Right.
and say, we're going to expose. No, I'm going to go above it.
Yeah.
How you going to do that? Carefully.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But you do it.
Yeah.
Yeah, I love those are the challenges we all love most, isn't it?
Yeah.
Well, we always make promises that we can exceed. A lot of people say you make promises you can keep. We make promises that we know we can exceed what we told them.
It's just a house made of wood.
Mm-hmm.
That's what I tell people. It's just wood. People say, yeah, but it's structural. It's just wood. You can transfer loads. You can make it all work out.
But have a licensed person helping
Oh, yeah. Well, I agree. You got to do it right
Yeah.
and understand it. But ignoring all the license and everything, what I go after, is it possible?
Oh, absolutely.
Because I get more negative talk on when I go out to do anything that happened 3 times this week. Can you do it? Well, yeah, I came, didn't I? Well, what if? I don't do what ifs. Yeah, we're
We'll
going to
figure
do
it out.
Yeah,
you bring the right people along, and
Right.
and between our creativity
Yeah.
and experience.
Sure. Yeah, we can do this.
Yep.
Only got me in trouble maybe 5 times.
I think if you're hearing that you can't, it's just that they don't wanna.
Right. Exactly. And that happens very, very, very frequently with everything in this day and era
Mhm.
because of lack of knowledge and self-confidence,
Mhm.
and that's where we need to put tools in schools. We need to instill confidence and empower our youth to be visionaries and have faith, have self-confidence, believe in their powers, believe in their own intelligence. We don't have enough of that.
No, we don't.
But in some respects, thank you, because that just gives us more to do.
Job security on our side.
I've told electricians, I know kids coming up in the trades, electricians, plumbers, HVAC, they're the next millionaires.
They are, and it's proven right now. I'm gonna have a show coming up with more educators because they've got to come in. We've got to raise the awareness. We've got to change this. We have to, and only industry can do it.
Yeah,
and we just got to step up. But we're going to take our final break here, come back and wrap it up with Sarah and Eric Fiel, Beyond Home Services and Home Theory. We'll be back.
Find out more about the show, go to our Facebook page, About Your House Radio. We'll be right back after a word from our sponsor.
Owens Chimney Systems is known for all professional chimney services since 1989, including chimney cleaning, recommended annually, chimney evaluations and inspections, any and all chimney repairs and restorations, gas fireplace and gas fire log service, furnace cleaning, cleaning out one of the most overlooked appliances in the home. Get it done right the first time. That's Owens Chimney Systems at 704-554-9595. Or you can visit us online at owenschimneysystems.com.
Steve Helms here with the Al Metal Dryer Vent Corporation. The Al Metal Dryer Vent Corporation is a full-service dryer vent company. Regardless of the problem, we can handle it. Does your clothes dryer take longer than 45 to 50 minutes to dry a load? If so, you need your dryer vent cleaned or checked. The clothes dryer is the most inefficient appliance in the house and should never take longer than 45 to 50 minutes. Call Al Metal Dryer Vent today at 704-846-8368 or online at almetaldryervent.com. That's 704-846-VENT. Have you cleaned your dryer vent lately?
Whether you're building new or remodeling old, let ABS Insulating make it comfortable. ABS Insulating knows the business of comfort. Using the latest products and technology, ABS offers an array of solutions, using fiberglass and spray foam, and all installed by certified technicians. ABS Insulating has been saving energy dollars with great customer service for over 30 years. They're a leader in the industry. Call them today, 704-821-4343 or absinsulating.com.
Hi, I'm Sam Attero of AteroMedia.com. Someone asked me once what I loved most about my 30-year-long career as a media producer and educator, and I have to say the fact that not only do I get to create for a living every day, but then I get to teach and help others to use the content and gear systems that I've built for them themselves. You need professional live event video production or streaming services? You're in great hands with our family business. All 5-star Google reviews. That's ETTARO Media.com.
Have a comment or question for the show? Call us 704-227-8986. That's 704-227-8986. Now, back to the show.
All right, welcome back. Sarah and Eric Fiel in the house. Fiel in the house today. I said it wrong one time out of 3 hours. Not
forgive
bad.
It's the authentic German pronunciation. You're not wrong.
What?
Fiel.
Fiel? Is that what? I guessed it to be Fiel when I first saw it, but then I called you.
I've been told many times I pronounced my last name wrong.
Well, okay.
It's just the way I was growing.
It's
where I
your
was
name.
raised.
You call it what you want. You do it. It's been fun, by the way. I'm glad you came in and
Thanks for having us, Ray.
shared your passion with our listeners and me. It's really refreshing. When I met you, I connected with you because I could tell you were another mini me kind of person that did everything.
Yeah.
And you know a little bit about electricity, you know a little bit about plumbing. You probably know a lot, actually, not a little bit, but you could probably wire a kitchen.
So that's where in high school,
Right.
I got involved my 13 was my first job. 13, I was a helper for an HVAC installer.
Right.
And then 3 years after that, I was an apprentice for an electrician.
So see, to the point I've tried to make to many, many people. For example, I was at a get-together, an event the other night over at West Boulevard Ministries with the coaches. And one of the coaches came up to me and says, "Are you capable of certification?" I said, "What do you mean? Can you certify people?" I said, "No, I can't. I don't have that credential." I said, "But I can, but I can't, if that makes any sense." I said, "But why do you ask?" He says, "Well, I'd like to get certified in plumbing." I says, "Why don't you just go get a job in plumbing?" And here's where we're screwing up. This certification and apprenticeship and all this certification crap, don't you think we need to raise the awareness and make the opportunities available so they can go into them before we start preaching to them, you need to be certified, you need to be an apprentice and all this? Why don't you walk in? I told that guy, I said, walk in the door to a plumbing office, dress like you want a job.
Yeah.
Shake somebody's hand, look them straight in the eyes and say, I want to learn to be a plumber.
And work hard without an attitude.
Work hard without an attitude. Show up on time, be there to learn. Everything else.
You'll go far in life.
Everything else will take care of itself.
That's right.
But see, we're pushing all this certification and apprenticeship and all this. We need to raise the awareness of the opportunities first. Yeah. That's marketing, because our image has been less than for over 40 years. They made the trades less than. They made it the coal pile. Right?
Yeah, it's not even a conversation for most kids going, what do you want to be when you grow up?
Or mothers. Right. I don't want my son to be a plumber. You're not doing it. He is.
So it starts at home. And I think a lot of parents are afraid, they want their kid happy, right? And money equals happiness. Well, it's not always, not equal. But I'll tell you, I know guys going into welding making more than most college graduates.
Absolutely. Welding is, and I've told kids at all the career days, I said, kids came up to me down at Parkwood 2 weeks ago and said, I want to be a welder. I said,
God bless you.
God bless you. Yep. You're well on your way. That's all you got to do right there. What do you mean? You can make six figures in less than 2 years.
Right.
And most welders love to weld.
Well, and a lot of the guys, one of the guys I know, he's working 6 months a year.
Oh, yeah.
So he's making what he needs to for the first 6 months.
Sure.
And the other 6 months, he's enjoying life.
Exactly.
So again, it's not always about making money, but it's about enjoying life.
It's about balance and happy.
It's there in the trades.
And women, you ladies out there, women make absolutely phenomenal welders.
Yeah.
They're more detailed, more attentive to what they're doing than men. Just the nature of the beast. But the women make great welders, so there's a lot of opportunities there. Yep. A lot. So you learned electrical, you learned HVAC.
Yes.
And in doing that, you learn a little bit of plumbing and other things, because in bath and kitchens, you've got to know about plumbing. So in remodeling, you're going to learn everything. In construction, if you go into construction in the trades, you will learn a little bit about everything, including engines. And engines are ICE, internal combustion machine. They take fuel, not electric. But you will learn about electricity and motors, all this stuff. And once you learn all that, you'll never be without a job. Never.
Agreed.
And you'll never be in a place where you can't take care of yourself.
My second wife told me one time, and I'm not bragging or anything, but she said, you're the most resourceful man I have ever known. You can be anywhere I've ever been with you, and you go out and you're going to accomplish whatever it is you set out to do, and you'll figure it out. And you always come back with money in the pocket. Always have. You have too. And you have too. It's real simple.
Yep.
But we're not teaching that.
It's a shame.
But we can change it. We can change it. Industry can change it.
Yeah. I think I started out the conversation here. It starts at home.
Yep, it does. Unfortunately, we have a lot of dysfunctional homes.
Doesn't have to be, but.
Well, men are absent.
Yeah.
One of the largest problems in our culture today are lack of men, real men. Where have y'all gone? We got a problem.
Mm-hmm.
I talked to a lady sitting on here the other day. Said right where you're sitting. Said, I know you got your boyfriend. She said, no, I don't. She said, I can't find one. She said, men don't know how to be men anymore. Let's teach them.
Let me tell you something. Eric still opens my car door every time we get in that car.
He loves his Sarah.
Mm-hmm.
20 years.
That's awesome.
20 years together.
That's awesome. Congratulations. I hope you have 20, 40 more.
Me too.
Yeah, it's great.
God willing,
I
right?
kind of love him.
Good. Y'all work good together. That's great. Y'all are very blessed.
It's something we've had to learn for sure because our personalities we're both very
well. You learn,
and that's why we have two businesses.
And I bet you made a mistake along the way too.
A few.
We have.
Yeah, but that's how we learn.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
You know, where's home theory going?
You know, at this point, I think we're in a space where we are starting to travel the United States. So I have clients outside of the Charlotte metro area. So I'm flying to clients at this point.
Really?
That's new to us in the last 12
When
months.
did that start?
About a year ago, we're getting calls from all over the U.S. So that I think is
That's
the next
interesting.
step.
Thanks for sharing that. That's really
That's the next step.
that's awesome.
Yeah, it's exciting.
Yeah, it would be.
Very
Where are you
exciting.
going?
Back up to Wisconsin. I've done some calls over in Tennessee right now.
Uh-huh.
Lots of stuff in the mountains, of course, second homes, things like that. And I've had one phone call from the Northeast. So
That's awesome.
yeah.
That's great. So you're the legs.
Yes.
In other words, you're going to go outside and get to work and whatever happens.
Yeah.
Where one question I wanted to ask you, where are you getting your cabinets?
All over.
We've got 15, 16 different suppliers that
Okay, that's what I was
we can
at.
get cabinets and then there's custom cabinets that we can get as well.
Right.
Anything and everything you'd want. If you want US made, we've got US made. If you want, fair trade made, we can cover anything.
But we're not installing IKEA.
No, we are not.
No,
Okay,
no,
just want to make
I
that
can
clear.
assure
and
you
no
of
big
that.
box stores.
No big
we
box
don't.
stores.
And no, yeah, I got it. I hear you. But you've got many options for cabinetry.
Absolutely.
Awesome. Now, how do people get in touch with y'all? Best way would be website, I guess. You've mentioned that before.
Yep. Every one of our clients comes to our website. It's going to be beyondhomeservices.com or
And
hometheory.com.
Hometheoryliving.com. And
Is
either
it Home Theory Living?
it is hometheoryliving.com.
Well, I'm glad we said that. Correct that, please.
Hometheoryliving.com. Regardless of whichever email or whichever website you come through, it comes to my team. Even if you go through Eric's website, because obviously he's a very busy man. So our team on the Home Theory side handles the initial conversations, and then we would involve Eric when we need to.
Gotcha. But the best way is to reach out via website.
Yeah, each one has a contact form.
You answer your phone?
We do answer our phone.
Well, I didn't mean to sound like a crazy question, but
We call everyone back, even the ones that we can't help.
I hear you, and that's awesome.
Yeah, we'll fill out the contact form with the client right on the phone.
That's awesome.
So everybody gets right, into the system the same way.
That's great. That to me is another big problem I hear day in and day out. People won't call me back. And that works both ways. Me as a service provider, a service renderer in professional services, if I call you following up, don't you think it'd be appropriate for you to call me back?
Mm-hmm.
Why don't you do it, clients? Y'all just think y'all can get away with it, but yet when you call a professional and he don't call you back, you won't complain about that. What you doing? Now, not everybody's that way, but you know what I'm talking about,
I
don't
do know
you?
what you're talking about.
Yeah.
It works both ways.
Mm-hmm.
A relationship has two parties, typically, right?
Absolutely.
Sometimes more, but at least two.
Absolutely.
So let's start it right? Go spread some love. Thank you both.
Thanks for having us, Ray.
I appreciate
Thank you,
you.
Ray.
Anything we didn't cover?
Save it to next time.
There you go. All right. Folks, go make it a great week. Spread the love. Find your kid to mentor. Find the elderly. They won't find you. They're too proud. Let's help them out. Make it a great week. Dr. Cammie Benton, MD, Benton's Integrative Medicine, in the house next week. Join us as we talk about health as well. Have a great week. We love you all. Take care.